Welcome to those of you who have seen the Oilers defeat the Bengals. Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth from Cleveland Stadium, the Browns and the Steelers. Browns just receiving the opening kickoff. They'll go with Vinny Testaverde. Second start, he's hit on 48% of his passes, 5 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Vardell, the top rusher. Metcalf, leading receiver. Jackson, the big play receiver. Offensive line, Tony Jones playing well. That crucial left tackle spot. First down for the Cleveland Browns, about their own 12-yard line. Fake to Vardell. Testaverde's first pass complete to Leroy Horde. He has a first down, cuts back down at the 27-yard line. 15 yards on the play-action pass. Testaverde hits his first.
This is what Vinny Testaverde is supposed to give this Browns offense that Bernie Kosar doesn't have. The play-action passing, the ability to move around the pocket and run. Right off the bat, you almost expected the Cleveland Browns to come out and try and run the football, but they go with play-action early.
Cleveland is the third best rushing offense in the AFC, but the play-action pass on first down. Wolfley is in motion. Hand to Vardell. To the 30, he only got a couple of yards against that tough Pittsburgh defense. Here's the way the Steelers line up. This defense, the curtain call defense, bringing back memories of the steel curtain. It's tops in the AFC. Davidson replacing the injured Gerald Williams up front. Steed has been a pleasant surprise. Excellent linebacking core featuring the outside backers, leading sacker Green, leading tackler Lloyd. And one of the best secondaries in football, the man of steel, Super Rod Woodson, has 4 more interceptions than anyone else in the NFL. He is Rod Woodson. He'll take the Browns' leading receiver. It'll be Jackson most of the time, sometimes Carrier. Again, the play action. Testaverde steps up, being rushed and spun down at the 25-yard line by Donald Evans. Evans grabbed a hold of the jersey and caught him for a loss of 5.
Donald Evans was originally drafted as a running back by the LA Rams. He was moved to the defensive line by the Pittsburgh Steelers. From the left side of your screen, don't know if you'll be able to see it or not, but Greg Lloyd had a clean shot and slipped. They're down on the part of the field now that used to be the baseball infield. Of course, will never be again, and Mark Carrier appears to have maybe pulled a hamstring.
Mark Carrier, who is the third leading receiver for the Browns, but one of Testaverde's favorite targets, having played together at Tampa Bay. There's Vinny Testaverde, and the Browns on third downs are the worst in football. 3rd and 13. From the gun. Fumble. Finally, the Browns fall on it. Steve Everett went back to get it after Testaverde was hit by Greg Lloyd. Coughed up the football, and Everett recovered, but it will be a 9-yard loss. And Testaverde looks a little woozy after he took the hit from the Taekwondo master, Greg Lloyd.
Greg Lloyd told us yesterday that he thought he could work on Tony Jones on the outside. This time Lloyd from his linebacker position, almost a delayed blitz. They use him on third down more as a linebacker rather than a pass rusher, but he took a chance, came with the blitz, and it paid off.
Brian Hansen to punt now for Cleveland. The dangerous Rod Woodson is deep, shading his eyes against the sun currently. Hansen booms it high. Woodson from the 33. Tries to get the corner, gets a block. 51-yard punt by Hansen, and Woodson then brings it back 6 yards. Mike Caldwell on the tackle for the Browns.
And already it's starting. Here's Pittsburgh and Cleveland. They've been doing it for a long time, and the emotions are always just like that. You know, I've seen this game on videotape, but you know, with the Bengals, and got a chance to watch it. But there's nothing quite like being here. The dog pound's going crazy, the band's playing, people are chirping at each other. They're mad outside the stadium. Only a couple hours apart, these two cities, and it is crazy.
What were you saying? When you played for the Bengals, you thought you had a rivalry going with Cleveland, but this is the real thing.
Nothing like this.
Neil O'Donnell under center for his first snap. Steelers' first possession, scoreless first quarter. Barry Foster, the AFC's leading rusher, turns the corner and pounds ahead for 12 yards and a Pittsburgh first down. Finally bumped out of bounds by Eric Turner and Pepper Johnson. Here's the way the Steelers line up. O'Donnell fighting off tendonitis in his right elbow, hitting receivers at a 63% clip, has already passed for over 1,000 yards. Foster leads the AFC, 481 yards rushing coming in. He's also the Steelers' leading receiver. And that offensive line for Pittsburgh, anchored by Dermontti Dawson, regarded by most coaches as the finest center in the league. Just across the midfield stripe, O'Donnell fakes to Foster, fires it too high for Dwight Stone, his intended receiver. The Pittsburgh offense, the best running team in the AFC, so Cleveland will try to stop it with the fourth best defense in the AFC. The crush and rush featuring Michael Dean Perry and Jerry Ball, who comes off the bench. Pepper Johnson has replaced David Brandon at linebacker. Matthews today playing his 223rd game. In the secondary, Turner, the team's top tackler. And of course, the veteran Walls up there has 57 career interceptions. That's second to Ronnie Lott among active players in the NFL. 2nd and 10 for O'Donnell. Foster got only a couple of yards, wrapped up in a hurry by Mike Johnson from his linebacker spot.
Barry Foster is coming off of a game in which he had to leave at the half. He bruised his shoulder last week, but at the time he left, had 75 yards, a couple of touchdowns, so just a typical day. His replacement, though, Leroy Thompson, came in and rushed for over 100 yards. He's not here today because of he's got an injured quadricep, but clearly this is a Steelers offensive line that is beginning to dominate.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mills in the game as a 3rd wide receiver. O'Donnell has a wide open Jeff Graham for a Pittsburgh 1st down. Hit hard by Eric Turner, but he held on to it for 13 yards and another 1st down for the Steelers.
And Neil O'Donnell has to be happy to have Jeff Graham back. He led the Steelers in receiving last season, but has really struggled so far this year after pulling a groin in a game against the Rams a couple of weeks ago. Jeff Graham, a much welcomed addition to this Pittsburgh Steelers offense after the injury.
And Graham played his college football at Ohio State, 2nd round draft choice in '91. Merrill Hodge in motion, give to Foster, good blocking, and then he's stuffed at the line of scrimmage, manages to fall forward for a couple of yards, but big Jerry Ball playing right on the nose, stacked it up at the line of scrimmage, delivered a blow to Foster. He kept his feet, but Ball made the play there.
Part of the crush and rush, Jerry Ball, Michael Dean Perry, and according to Bill Cowher, James Jones, the other tackle. Those three kind of rotate in and out, but they play about as well as any in football. And Jerry Ball, Neil O'Donnell says he's just a biscuit short of 400 pounds. I don't think he's quite that.
I notice you haven't said that to his face lately.
No.
See the other scores? Week 8 of the NFL. O'Donnell in the pocket, has his man. Again, it is Graham. And Graham has it inside the 15, a gain of 17 yards. 2nd time O'Donnell has found Graham for a big one.
And the biggest difference, according to Bill Cowher, has been the play of Neil O'Donnell. As you watch Graham, obviously now much healthier, but he said that when Neil O'Donnell in the first 2 weeks of the season just was not himself, he didn't start on opening day, came back against the Rams, really didn't have the practice time, but now Neil O'Donnell is in a groove, playing well, and the Steelers are a different football team.
Here's what they've done inside the 20. They have it here, 1st down at the 14. Barry Foster shakes a man, flags are down as Foster is tackled at the 10 by David Brandon. Tom White is the referee today.
Offsides, number 92 in the defense. Lined up in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, still 1st down.
Michael Dean Perry lined up in the neutral zones. They'll step off 5 against the Browns.
Right here, you'll see the helmet right over the neutral zone. Michael Dean Perry doesn't need to cheat in this game.
It's bad enough anyway.
I'm telling you.
There are the penalties. Cleveland 4th in the league. Neil O'Donnell in his college days at Maryland saw a lot of Michael Dean Perry, who played for Clemson in the ACC. And here O'Donnell is sacked by Burnett. Rob Burnett sacks him for a loss of 4. Yep, I'm bad. And he was on that play. Burnett, one of the unsung excellent performers on that defensive line.
No question about it. Rob Burnett just simply making his man miss. That was Leon Searcy, who had a great game last week against the New Orleans Saints.
Your attention, please. Victor Torres.
Welcome to those of you who have seen Buffalo beat the New York Jets. We're at Cleveland Stadium. Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth, scoreless first quarter, but the Steelers on their first possession are driving here with a 2nd and 10. Delayed handoff to Foster, who is to the 11-yard line. Wrapped up at that point by Michael Dean Perry. To bring up a 3rd down for the Steelers. Foster has carried 4 times for 22 yards. Of his 14 career 100-yard rushing games, 2 of them have come against the Browns in 1990 and in 92.
But Tom, Neil O'Donnell told us yesterday that the problem they had last year when they got beat here in Cleveland Stadium was they moved the ball up and down the field, but they couldn't stick it in the end zone once they got inside the 20. A big 3rd down play.
3rd and 7. Ball spotted at the 11 of the Browns. Dwight Stone in motion. O'Donnell's short drop, trying to force it in a crowd to Graham, and knocked away by Del Spear, the rookie, in the nickel package for the Browns. So Pittsburgh fails to convert on 3rd down.
Once again, problems in the red zone, and when you're playing in Cleveland Stadium, when you get down inside the 20, you need to put touchdowns on the board. Nice defensive job by the Browns.
So Gary Anderson is on to attempt the field goal. It will be a 28-yard attempt for Anderson, who is perfect this season, 11 for 11. Well, Cleveland Stadium does strange things. First miss of the year for Gary Anderson after hitting 11 in a row, 14 straight back to last season, and it's still a scoreless first quarter from sold-out Cleveland Stadium.
Elvira here, Mistress of the Dark and sometimes Surfer Babe, because Coors Light is the official beer of Halloween and the party's at the beach, Malibu Beach, where you can hang 10. Look, Frankie and Annette. And of course, when it's time to chill, just reach for that cooler of Coors Light. Aged ice cold, never frozen stiff. It's the right beer now for Halloween. Just look for the Silver Bullet Smooth display and dig up your friends now for a party at the beach. Happy Halloween, dudes.
Your world is about to become a little smaller. Those important to you a whole lot closer. Because now, across the U.S. and Canada, leading cellular communication companies have come together to create the most extensive cellular service ever. So now, staying in touch is as simple as a phone call.
Hello? I've been waiting for your call.
Introducing Mobile Link. To order service, call 1-800-995-4000.
Happy birthday, Cousin Dave!
What's this?
We're here for your birthday party!
That's next week.
Oh, Ed.
Does that mean there's no food?
There's a Wendy's nearby.
Now you're talking!
Everything on Wendy's Super Value menu is 99 cents each. Freshly made salads, hamburgers hot off the grill, chili, delicious food you can only get here. Plus, for $1.99, get a hamburger kids meal.
Happy birthday! Look, we're twins!
Great.
Wendy's, you don't pay more, you just get more.
Gary Anderson just missing his first field goal of the season. The Browns and the Steelers 0-0 in the first quarter. It is an absolutely gorgeous day at Cleveland Stadium. Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth with you. And what is it about this stadium? You played here a lot when you were with the Bengals, and here Anderson misses what would be a chip shot normally for him.
And he's been perfect all season, but the Pittsburgh Steelers have not been able to win here. 11 out of 43 since 1950. It has been simply unbelievable, the streak of bad luck they've had here.
Second possession of the game for the Browns. They had to punt on their first. Flags down as Tommy Vardell gains a few yards. Joel Steed finally tracks him down.
Joel Steed, flags on the play.
And we'll check the penalty markers.
Looks like Greg Lloyd may have jumped offside from his right outside linebacker position.
It is offside against the Steelers.
Offside. Number 95 defense, 5 yards, still first down.
Lloyd getting that little extra head start costs the Steelers 5. It has been an exercise in futility for the Steelers in Cleveland.
And Tom, here's the key number, that 5 for 5 in the 70s. Remember, they won 4 Super Bowl championships in the 70s, and each of those years they did win here in Cleveland Stadium. Only 1 year did they not win here and go to the Super Bowl.
Vardell stops short of the 30. He'll be about half a yard shy of the first down. Levon Kirkland on the tackle for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's touchdown Tommy Vardell out of Stanford in his second season now. He was telling us yesterday about his place in Medina, Ohio on Vardell Pond.
Said they had the fishing tournament out there with Vinny Testaverde, and Vinny caught the same bluegill about 10 times and won the tournament.
Kept hooking and releasing the same fish, huh? Testaverde was the winner of the fishing derby. Vardell, center of the line, didn't need much, got enough for the first down.
Vardell, though, has clearly become the man for the Cleveland Browns. He carried the football a career high 25 times last week against Cincinnati, rushed for 98 yards and scored his first receiving touchdown on a 28-yard flare and run. Rushed for 104 yards in a win earlier this season against the Raiders.
And finally scored a touchdown after being called touchdown Tommy and never scoring his rookie year.
Said the fantasy football guys were driving him crazy.
Lawyer Tillman has replaced Vardell on first down. Metcalf is the only setback behind Testaverde. Fake it to Metcalf, and Testaverde launches it to Wolfley, and Ron Wolfley upended, shoestring tackle by Rod Woodson, but it goes for 9 yards as Wolfley involved in the offense, normally just as a blocker, but has made some key receptions.
And Tommy Vardell just simply loves Ron Wolfley. He got to play a little bit more last week against Cincinnati, and he's a guy that doesn't really care if you throw him the ball or hand it to him or do anything. He's just happy blocking. He's a big old lug of a guy. As long as he can go in and pound on some defensive lineman or linebacker, he's a happy guy. Tommy Vardell is very good friends with Mr. Wolfley.
In his 9th year from West Virginia, 230-pound Ron Wolfley. Testaverde going deep down the sideline. And incomplete as Lawyer Tillman was streaking down with D.J. Johnson step for step. Good coverage by that excellent Pittsburgh secondary.
You know, we talk so much about Rod Woodson and what an incredible job he has done this season, but I'll tell you something, all the way across this Pittsburgh secondary, they're as good as any in football. D.J. Johnson simply stride for stride, no problem with Lawyer Tillman on that one.
Johnson from Kentucky in his 5th season, 7th round draft choice in his 4th year as a starter. Missed only 1 game in his career with the Steelers. Big third down play for the Browns. Jones is in at a running back. Tommy Vardell gets the call, and it'll be a little short, I believe, as Kenny Davidson did a good job of preventing Vardell from getting first down yardage.
And once again, the disaster of third down for the Cleveland Browns. James Jones is in as the blocking back, but the Cleveland Browns all season long, their worst in the National Football League on third down, converting only 27%. Conversely, the Steelers defense is 2nd in the National Football League at stopping on third down. And now decision time for Bill Belichick and the Browns.
And true to form today, the Browns are 0-2 on third down. Here it's going to be 4th down and less than a yard after they measure as they bring the chains out. I think that's what it's going to be.
It is going to be short, and the Browns are going to go for it.
So Belichick already has made up his mind, had a conference with Testaverde, and says...
He's changed his mind.
Yeah, he has. He says punt. He was talking to Testaverde, sent him back out on the field. Now he recalls him. And the punt team is out. There's Hansen. Boomed 151 yards his first attempt.
You wonder if the Steelers had gone in and scored on that first drive and made it 7-0, you probably would have gone for it there, but in a 0-0 ball game, send in the punter. This is their style. They like the low-scoring ball games.
Woodson again shielding his eyes from the sun. He's looking almost directly into the sun. Wobbly punt by Hansen, fair catch call by Woodson, and he looked like he was fighting the sun. Pulls it down at about the 22-yard line, where the Steelers will have their second possession. There is a penalty marker down after that 39-yard Hansen boot, and it's against Cleveland.
We're going to decline that, though. It was a short punt, and Woodson made a nice play to come up.
There's the signal from Woodson.
And make the catch.
Woodson does everything.
Woodson doesn't want to look up into that sun again.
Illegally downfield against the Browns is declined. Pittsburgh's ball when we return to the stadium.
Hold on. I don't know. Just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight the overnight.
Overnight it. Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with Priority Mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
I'm always looking for good ideas, so I said to the Xerox rep, "What are you selling?" "Documents," she shoots back. "Documents? You must be kidding. I don't have time." "Precisely. That's what I'm selling," she says. "Do all your printing electronically, save time and money." And I see it. Print all my catalogs in a week, not a month. Huge savings. "I get it," I say. "My documents are my time." "Now you're talking," she says.
See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
After all these years, Watson, the trail is decidedly cold.
But Holmes, it's quite warm in here.
All these years.
Curiously cozy.
No, fiendishly clever. Observe, Watson. Warm house, many years. It must be...
Lennox.
Elementary, my dear Watson.
For home heating, for cooking, for hot water, use clean natural gas. America's best energy value.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Coors Light. Aged ice cold for that pure taste of the Rockies. Reach for the silver bullet, the right beer now. By Liberty Mutual. At Liberty Mutual, we're facing the issues that face our customers. By Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles. And by Hewlett-Packard DeskJet and LaserJet printers.
Cleveland Stadium built for $3 million Depression-era dollars in 1931. It always evokes images for me of Otto Graham, Lou the Toe Groza, Jim Brown. I think it's a great place for a football game.
Got a little Paul Brown in there, too.
Yeah, absolutely. Blanton Collier. O'Donnell, first down pass is complete. Tight end Eric Green makes the reception. And then Everson Walls wraps him up. For Green, that's his 16th catch of the season.
And just put yourself in the shoes of one Everson Walls. Here's a tackle coming out, and you got to take down 280 pounds of tight end. Good decision. Go for those. Go bite those ankles.
What was Nick Saban saying about Green? That he's a mismatch player for everybody, defensive back, linebacker, whatever.
So you could completely cover this guy, and he still catches the pass because you got to run around him to knock down the ball.
That one covered 9. Here's Foster. He has the first down. Foster just short of the 40-yard line where Mike Johnson makes the stop.
Well, Eric Green can catch it, and he can also throw a block or two. Anytime you've got somebody in there that size, boy, what a difference it makes here on the backside, just getting position. It's wonderful to see somebody that big, that quick.
6'5", 280, fourth year out of Liberty. First round draft choice. Foster out of the game now, and Randy Cuthbert is in for the first time this season. Cuthbert, number 42, a rookie from Duke, seeing his first action today. Handoff to Merrill Hodge, and Hodge gets very little before he's wrapped up by Jerry Ball and Michael Dean Perry, the crush and rush. Hodge now spelling Barry Foster as the halfback. He normally is the fullback, but with the injury to Leroy Thompson, Hodge will get a chance to run the ball some today. Foster now returns.
Merrill Hodge did lead this team in rushing 3 different times. Remember, he told us last year, of course, now he's the blocking back for Barry Foster. He said his low point last year, though, was when linebacker Al Smith of the Oilers was covering me on one of my decoy routes. When the play was over, he said, "Hey, didn't you used to run the football here in Pittsburgh?"
Ooh. O'Donnell. Across the middle, complete first down catch. Jeff Graham again for 12 yards before Mustafa stops him, and Graham already has 3 receptions here in the first half. Excuse me, just 2.
Right in your face, Jeff Graham has been working on Mustafa, and this has been the pattern that has hurt the Cleveland Browns. Simple man-to-man coverage reminds me of their old bump and run days when I played here. But Jeff Graham is having a big afternoon already. He appears to finally be back to 100%.
Just over a minute left. First quarter, scoreless. Foster tripped up in the backfield. Michael Dean Perry got great penetration and with one big paw took out the legs of Barry Foster. Big play, -3.
Sort of an interesting blocking scheme. You can see the 2 guards of the Steelers running into each other and Michael Dean Perry running into Barry Foster.
Look at Clay Matthews. Matthews in his 16th season, as you know, the gray beard among NFL defensive players. He used to school a backup linebacker in his days at Cleveland by the name of Bill Cowher. Closing seconds, first quarter. O'Donnell wide open to Dwight Stone. Stone stopped after a gain of only 3 or 4 yards on a shoestring tackle by Terry Taylor. Officially 7 yards on what was likely the final play of the first quarter. And that is the end of the first quarter at sold-out Cleveland Stadium. Battle for first place, the Steelers and Browns, 0-0.
With DeskJet printers from Hewlett-Packard, it's easy to make it happen.
If you demand more from an aftershave than that same old alcohol burn, you gotta try a brand new aftershave. No sensitive from Old Spice. It's alcohol-free because alcohol burns. That's why they took it out and put these new cooling sensates in for real refreshment to go with that great scent. It's proof aftershave doesn't have to hurt to work. So use new sensitive, or you might get burned. Take the heat out of aftershave. Demand proof. Try new alcohol-free sensitive from Old Spice.
I lost my shoes, I broke my arm, and my socks didn't match. I was as sorry as your average chicken sandwich. And then I tried McDonald's new McGrilled Chicken Extra Value Meal. A marinated chicken breast with Monterey Jack, sweet red onions, and tangy herb dressing on a bakery roll, plus fries and a Coke. Well, my arm got better, my socks both match, and I just found a Rembrandt in my garage.
Coincidence? We don't think so. Try the new McGrilled Chicken Sandwich Extra Value Meal. Further proof that what you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Welcome back to Cleveland. Overhead flying one of America's most enduring images. It wouldn't be a big game without the Goodyear blimp. Goodyear blimp providing aerial views for our game today. There's a look at Cleveland Stadium from the blimp. The new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame under construction to the left of your screen. And one of the new additions to the rejuvenated downtown area of Cleveland.
New basketball, new baseball, everybody. They've got all kinds of new facilities in Cleveland.
Start the second quarter of a scoreless game. Neil O'Donnell in the gun on 3rd and 5. Ball at the 43 of Cleveland. Hodge hands on the end around to Mills. Ernie Mills trapped. And down for a loss. Taylor and others got the penetration. Eric Turner put on the finishing touches as didn't fool anybody with that play.
When you have Clay Matthews on your team right there, you don't have to worry about tricky things like reverses and such. Eric Green was supposed to block the guy. 16 years in the league, are you kidding me? Most people can't walk after 16 years in football. But that man is never fooled.
Might have seen a trick play or two, huh?
Oh, man.
Royals with a punt. Metcalf fighting the sun now. Calls for a fair catch. Takes it at about the 16-yard line. 31-yard punt. Clay Matthews and the Cleveland defense did their job.
Every 20 seconds, a car is stolen. So Liberty Mutual is giving some police a powerful homing device that finds the car, which lowers insurance. And this device also finds the thief, who finds himself behind bars.
At Liberty Mutual, we're facing the issues that face our customers.
The problem with cotton pants is they come out of the dryer with all these wrinkles. But hey, Hager wrinkle-free cottons are 100% cotton. They come out of the dryer wrinkle-free. And really, really hot.
Oh. Hager wrinkle-free cottons, 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
There is a sound you can hear above the music, the sound of German being spoken by those whose passion is to live life. In your town, America, and the world, Beck's, the #1 imported German beer.
Bigfoot! Excellent. Wait a minute, guys, there's more. Check it out. Guys!
It's a pizza guy, man.
Much more, guys, like free HBO for a month. No. Free HBO. Free HBO. Can I also mention it's free?
Prove it.
Just get me the coupon, guys. Here we go. Whoa.
Buy any Bigfoot pizza and get a free trial month of HBO. Just mail in the coupon.
Mail, back to you, Jen. Who are you?
Bigfoot pizza, a legendary value.
It's shaping up as the game of the year. Heisman Trophy candidate Charlie Ward leads #1 Florida State against #2 Notre Dame in 3 weeks on NBC.
Steelers and Browns are scoreless, and Cleveland with the ball and a significant absence from the lineup on the field. Mark Carrier pulled a hamstring earlier, will not return, and that is a big blow to Cleveland.
We'll talk about the significance of that and what it does to the Steelers secondary in just a minute.
First down play from the 17. Testaverde sending Tillman in motion. Vardell hit after a gain of a yard or so. Greg Lloyd made the play against the run.
Greg Lloyd.
The significance of Mark Carrier's injury is that now Rod Woodson, the human eraser, because whoever he covers, you just take him off the screen, is now going to be matched up against Michael Jackson for the rest of the afternoon. Wherever Jackson goes, that's where Woodson's going to go. When Carrier was in there, there was more balance, and they really weren't going to specify who Rod Woodson played against. But as you can see, Rod Woodson now coming out wide and will cover Michael Jackson for the rest of the afternoon.
And Testaverde has to take a timeout with the play clock ticking down toward a delay of game penalty. First timeout taken by the Browns. Scoreless game in Cleveland.
A final Houston 28, Cincinnati 12.
This simple outside says inside you'll find a lasting commitment to performance. The Intel 486DX2 processor, power for today's hottest software, and the Intel Pentium processor for the next generation of compatible power. That's Intel, the computer inside.
This is a Goodyear Aquatread, and this is a gallon of water. Aquatread's deep groove design channels water away. At highway speeds, it moves a gallon of water every second for outstanding wet traction. Aquatread, only from Goodyear.
Recently, Boomer Esiason tried to bet a few of his friends that they couldn't eat just one Lay's potato chip.
I bet you can't eat just one. If I lose, I have to shave my head? This head? Shave? What? Oh, come on, man. No.
More and more people are discovering that Lay's are different.
Hi, guys.
So crunchy and perfectly golden, you can't eat just one.
Hey, come on. Do I look stupid? Who's stupid enough to take that bet?
Welcome to another day in the National Football League. Hello, I'm Jim Lampley. The two teams you're about to see.
Today's Lay's, now more than ever, bet you can't eat just one.
Wouldn't it be great if you were stranded on a desert island with a beautiful woman named Betty? Cool. And while scouting the island, you were suddenly surrounded.
You!
But then they noticed your shoes.
You! Great one! Booga, booga!
So they gave you gifts. Keystone Light and Keystone Dry. Specially lined for really smooth.
Bottle beer taste in can! Quitting time!
great?
13:51 left, second quarter. Steelers and Browns scoreless. Cleveland with the ball 2nd and 8 from their own 19-yard line. Tommy Vardell held in check as you see Jackson being covered by Woodson. And Testaverde flips it to Leroy Horde, and he's knocked off the football on a good defensive play by Darren Perry, the free safety. Testaverde paid the price.
Tom, I think this has changed the entire defensive strategy of the Pittsburgh Steelers. They have played nothing but man coverage since the injury to Mark Carey. You can see Rod Woodson is going to be all over Michael Jackson, and to be honest, this Browns football team really doesn't have a receiver that's going to replace Mark Carrier. They've got Lawyer Tillman, Patrick Rowe, Rico Smith, but none the caliber of the gentleman there, Mark Carrier.
Lawyer Tillman is the man that has replaced him in the lineup as Testaverde tries to convert his first third down of the game. They're 0 for 2. That pass to Rico Smith is complete, and it is a first down. Rico Smith battling the rookie Deion Figures. It goes for 17 and a first down.
Rico Smith was Cleveland's 6th-round pick last season, and here's your #1 draft choice for the Pittsburgh Steelers, Deion Figures. That's a battle that you would hope to win on the part of the Steelers, but Rico Smith coming up with a big play.
The two were teammates with the Buffaloes of Colorado, Smith and Figures. First down play. Vardell hit at the line of scrimmage and stopped. He's only averaging less than 2 yards a carry today against the #1 rushing defense in the NFL. Joel Steed, the nose tackle, made that stop, and an injury. It might be Jerry Osofsky. It is number 55, one of the linebackers.
Well, Osofsky took over for Hardy Nickerson this year, who left via free agency to Tampa Bay.
And while they tend to Osofsky, we'll take a break. Scoreless game from Cleveland.
How'd you like to buy a car with some serious attitude? Don't need to. This new Achieva Sport Coupe is very reasonable. No, really. And with a hot V6 engine and 4-wheel anti-lock brakes, it's got all the attitude you need, and then some. Yeah, especially when you can afford it. It's your money.
Hold on. I don't just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight that. Overnight.
Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with Priority Mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
The accident took my arm, and I thought my job. I just couldn't do what I used to. So Liberty Mutual gave me a Boston elbow. Its power and flexibility gave me back the ability to do my job, which gives me back the ability to pick up a paycheck.
Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth, again from Cleveland Stadium. Jerry Osofsky, who was born and grew up in Youngstown, Ohio, then played his college football for the Pitt Panthers, is the injured Steeler player.
Here's Osofsky here, and it looked like Gene Williams, the tackle for the Browns, got position on him and just sort of collapsed. Osofsky, watch the right knee. Just going to squat down on it. Don't really see it twisting or anything. It's just hard to tell. He's been on the ground for a long time, so I don't want to try to guess, but at least it wasn't one of those direct blows to the side of the knee. Had a tough season last year as well. He missed 9 games with a broken hand and a sprained foot. All of last season, only had 3 tackles, but had been doing so well along with Levon Kirkland, both of those guys having to fill in for veterans. David Little had taken over, or was waived this year. Kirkland took his place.
They're inflating a cast to put on his knee right there, and they're bringing the stretcher out for Olszewski.
Tom, I think, well, usually that means you've got some kind of fracture.
Now the backup to Olszewski is a rookie, Chad Brown, second-round draft choice out of Colorado. Number 94 is Brown.
He's been used almost exclusively in nickel and dime situations this season. They're not deep at all at the linebacker position. Behind Kirkland and Olszewski, they have two rookies, Chad Brown and Reggie Barnes.
See the other scores. They only score in the late games. That Mark Logan touchdown run for the 49ers. Bill Cowher, who played linebacker here for the Cleveland Browns and talked about this rivalry. The two cities, he said, are so similar. The fans get so involved in the rivalry. He's seen it from both sides as a Browns player and as the Steelers coach. And while we have a moment, let's take a look at the natural gas quarterback efficiency ratings in the AFC. Joe Montana continues to show the way with that rating of 101.7. Neil O'Donnell of Pittsburgh is fifth, 90.5. Vinny Testaverde does not have enough attempts to qualify for a ranking, but his rating is down the line, 67.5. Jerry Olszewski being carried from the field. Former all-rookie player and All-American at Pitt.
Second down, 8 for the Browns at their own 30.
And instead of Chad Brown, now it's going to be Reggie Barnes, number 50, that comes in, the rookie from Oklahoma, a free agent who had his 24th birthday yesterday. Second down pass, Testaverde to Jackson. He has a step. Jackson with that great speed to the outside. Bounces off one man, and Jackson scores! By the man who was the center of controversy a couple of weeks ago, his longest catch of the season.
Bill Belichick might even hug him now.
Matt Stover will attempt the extra point. It's through. And suddenly on the 62-yard strike, Testaverde to Jackson, the Cleveland Browns have taken the lead 7-0.
Recently, Oldsmobile pitted its 88 LSS against Acura Legend L and Lexus ES 300. Well, actually, no. In fact, if you call this toll-free number, 1-800-LSS-TEST, we'll send you a free video showing how well the LSS stacks up against cars costing thousands more. You'll probably be grateful. After all, it's your money.
Hi. Is this space taken?
No.
Then I'll sit down.
You want a Bud Light?
Not yet.
Hey, wait a minute. That's my Bud Light.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
How about a little help here?
The Schick ST with the one-push cleaning bar gives men a closer shave than the 3 leading disposables. And men say it delivers a safer shave than the 3 leading disposables. So, for a better overall shave than the 3 leading disposables, it's the ST from Schick. We're changing the face of shaving.
Watch the play here. Watch the play. Out of the backfield, their back is going to come. The rookie is going to try and match up with him. He's going to be clearly beat, so Rod Woodson's going to help and leave his man all alone for the touchdown. This is man-to-man coverage. Rod Woodson just tried to help because he saw a guy wide open running down the field and left Michael Jackson all alone.
And Jackson does the rest for his 4th touchdown of the season. Rod Woodson now waiting the kickoff by Stover. Stone takes the kickoff from the 5, and Dwight Stone lowers his head, bangs to the 21-yard line.
Returning the kick, the tackle is made by Frank Stamms.
Eddie Sutter on the stop. Here's the touchdown.
This is just a freelance by Rod Woodson. He saw a teammate that was clearly beaten. That was Leroy Horde working against Reggie Barnes. He felt like he had to help. That left Michael Jackson all by himself. It was man coverage. Nobody else was responsible for Michael Jackson. That's why he got such an easy touchdown. Nice job of Vinny Testaverde hanging in there and finding the open receiver.
And Jackson is shedding a would-be tackle by Carnell Lake to go all the way. O'Donnell tries to answer, and he has a completion to Thigpen. He has a first down, a gain of about 13 yards. He cut to the sideline in front of Everson Walls to make the catch. Thigpen, that's his 5th reception of the season, but 2 of those catches have gone for touchdowns.
But Bill Cowher on the sideline has to be saying, I am not believing this. I've got my all-pro best player on my football team, Rod Woodson, in man-to-man coverage, and that guy goes 70 yards for a touchdown. It was simply a breakdown due in part to the injury to Jerry Olsowski and having to replace him with the rookie Reggie Barnes.
Foster cuts back. Driving run gets him 3 or 4 yards before Clay Matthews makes the tackle.
What's going on with the Pittsburgh Steelers offensive line? This is the 2nd time now that I've watched them run into each other. For whatever reason, they are miscommunicating. They pull again and just smack into each other.
That's
Ron Earhart's got to be pulling his hair out.
He didn't have that much to pull.
Watch the offensive line. A double pull, smacking into each other, no lead blocker. Sloppy start by the Steelers.
O'Donnell threw it before Thigpen made his turn. Flag down as the 2 former ACC rivals, Michael Dean Perry and Neil O'Donnell, have a meeting.
I believe Michael Dean Perry was held. He put his striped shirt on right after the play and gave us the signal.
Holding, number 72 offense. 10 yards, still 2nd down.
Leon Searcy.
Searcy is going to hold. That is not Michael Dean, it's Rob Burnett.
Going back to the touchdown, Chris, what was Bill Cowher telling us about freelancing on his defense?
He said it's okay as long as you get the play right. That time Rod Woodson did not, but really didn't have a choice because otherwise the back would have gotten a touchdown.
O'Donnell in some trouble, got rid of it to Foster, and makes a juggling catch. Mustafa tripped him up, but a 14-yard reception by Barry Foster, who is the leading receiver on this team and the AFC's top yards from scrimmage man rushing and receiving.
But Tom, if I could, to go back to the significance of the touchdown, I think now because of that injury at the linebacker position, you're going to see the Steelers less willing to play man-to-man coverage. So now the whole momentum and the whole strategy of this football game has changed on that one play.
Steelers now facing a 3rd and 3 from their own 41. Foster on the sweep. No block at the corner. He's stopped short. Clay Matthews got in the middle of things. He had a lot of help. And they stop the leading rusher in the AFC short of the first down.
The amazing thing about Clay Matthews, he had perhaps his best year a year ago, tied for the team lead with 9 sacks, 2nd most in his career last week against Cincinnati. He made the play that broke that game open. He sacked David Klingler, set up a fumble recovery by Michael Dean Perry. 16 years in the league, still throwing his body around. Surefire Hall of Famer.
Mark Royals punting to Metcalf. Backpedals to take it at the 10. And a good return. He's got a blocker in front. Metcalf cuts back. Turns on the afterburner. Metcalf will go 90 yards.
About this place.
There may be your answer right there. The longest of his career, 90 yards. A team record for the Browns. Stover for the point after. Officially 91 yards for Metcalf as he backpedals to take it right there.
There was a lot of question as to whether or not Metcalf was even going to play in this game. He was struggling with a knee injury. As you can see him limping down the field here at about a 4.2 pace. Wow. There are some moments in the National Football League where you don't mind paying the 25 or 30 bucks for a ticket when you watch a kid like this play the game.
Got a good block from Eric Turner to help spring him. The first punt return for a touchdown against Pittsburgh since 1984. Officially 91 yards as lightning strikes twice at Cleveland Stadium. 2 long plays and the Browns up 14-0.
I think that little sign said it all. We hate the Steelers. Thinking, hey guys, I used to play here and coach here and got a little respect.
Stover's kickoff. Dwight Stone, 2 yards deep, fumbled it and then downs it. So all the pressure now on Neil O'Donnell and the Pittsburgh offense to get something going. He's hit 7 of 9, 86 yards, but no points.
Almost an exact turnaround of the Steelers game from last week, in which the New Orleans Saints, because of 2 quick early touchdowns, were completely taken out of their game plan. Now will Bill Cowher stay with his offense? Will he continue to run the football? I think that is still plenty of time. Don't go away from your game plan.
Play action. O'Donnell fires a strike to Dwight Stone. Nearly decapitated by Stevan Moore, but he holds on for 17 yards.
It's really great to see a guy with that kind of speed. 4.25 speed. That is world class, that is willing to catch the football and take a lick like that. You don't find many around the National Football League that fast and that tough.
Dwight Stone out of Middle Tennessee. In his 7th season with Pittsburgh. Here's Barry Foster. Again, the Browns ready for Foster. He gets 2, then thrown back. James Jones led the charge.
Made by Pepper Johnson, James Jones. Najee Mustafa was also there along with Stevan Moore for Cleveland.
There's the big boys, and that's what it's going to come down to. James Jones, you hit on it earlier, Tom. Really one of the more underrated players in this league. He's the leading sacker on the Browns team, 3.5 sacks. Also the leading scorer on the defensive line, 3 career touchdowns and a safety.
He plays running back occasionally. O'Donnell has a world of time, and he has Green all alone. Eric Green, one man to beat, rambles toward the end zone and tripped up at the 4-yard line by Pepper Johnson. 55 yards to Eric Green.
And then a little move and a little groove and the obligatory point at the dog pound. Welcome to AFC Central football. Here it is, folks. Eric Green, this was really set up by the offensive line. Look at the protection all day. Man-to-man coverage. Eric Turner could not cover Eric Green for that long. Now move, look at the move. Yes, sir, 290 plus. Here he goes. Just ran out of steam, I think, before he hit the end zone.
Longest reception of his career, and it puts Pittsburgh into the red zone. 1st and goal from the Cleveland 4-yard line. And the Browns didn't have all their defensive players on the field. They're forced to spend their 2nd timeout. It comes with 7:09 left in the half. Pittsburgh threatening to get on the board.
Coca-Cola presents Monsters of the Gridiron.
The scariest thing about Coca-Cola's Monsters of the Gridiron is time is running out. Since millions have played, there are fewer monster packs available. Grab one and play Monsters of the Gridiron today.
That's not all, folks.
Even if you've already played, keep playing. You can still win Super Bowl tickets and other great prizes. Because with Coca-Cola, you're always in the game.
Always Coca-Cola.
So, you're buying a new car? Well, before you spend all that money, why not make a free call? 1-800-LSS-WINS. When you do, we'll send you a free video showing how well the Oldsmobile 88 LSS luxury sedan stacks up against cars costing thousands more. It's your money, but fortunately, it's also a free call.
The year 2032. The city, Los Angeles. The movie, Demolition Man. The restaurant.
All restaurants are Taco Bell.
The reason, delicious tacos, burritos, and nachos. Exactamundo. The prices, only $59, $79, and 99 cents. I'm impressed. The action, the adventure, the excitement. It's now playing at a Taco Bell restaurant near you.
Defending champion in the mile, Lure. 2-year-old sensation Dahair, West Coast wonder Best Pal, defending distaff champion Passiana, and the greatest field ever assembled for the richest day in thoroughbred racing. The 10th anniversary running of the Breeders' Cup live in 2 weeks on NBC.
Welcome back to Cleveland Stadium. Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth. That's the 12th defensive player on that end of the field. The dog pound. Pittsburgh looking right into the pound now. 1st and goal from the 4.
I love it. I love it.
O'Donnell on the play action lofts it for Green, incomplete. That's the first miscue for O'Donnell in 8 passes. He had hit 7 in a row before that.
Every time you have to try and score a touchdown into the dog pound end, you always are looking up at the clock hoping for a quarter change. You can't hear, and you're distracted, and you got all the maniacs up there. These are going to be the longest 4.5 yards of the Steelers' life right here, but they have to get it in. Almost 4-down territory. I wouldn't be surprised, even if they come back to a 4th down, to see them go for it, down 14-0.
And again, the words of O'Donnell last year, this was where they failed. Pittsburgh in this red zone area. Handoff that time to Foster, and he scores. A little taunt for the pound as Barry Foster scores his 7th touchdown of the season. That time the offensive line, Chris, did its job, and Foster just strolled into the end zone.
That was a nice flanker trap that time. They sent the tight end in motion, trapped in the middle, and then watch the play. 84 just going to make the trap on the end. That's Tim Jordan. He's the one that sprang Barry Foster, but there was a flag, Tom, thrown out of the crowd. I saw a flag and I was distracted by it. The referee turned around and threw it back in the crowd.
Well, unsportsmanlike conduct against the pound. It's 14-7.
working to be the best they can be. Teammates sponsored by the U.S. Army. All-Pro receiver Haywood Jeffries and veteran quarterback Warren Moon are the catalyst to ignite the explosive run and shoot for the Houston Oilers. The AFC's leading receiver last year, Jeffries, along with Moon, light up opposing scoreboards while helping the Oilers to be the best they can be.
The problem with cotton pants is they come out of the dryer with all these wrinkles. But hey, Hager wrinkle-free cottons are 100% cotton. They come out of the dryer wrinkle-free and really, really hot.
Oh. Hager wrinkle-free cotton, 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
Old Spice asks, where do you go to test your endurance? New High Endurance, with an odor-fighting formula so long-lasting, not even the leading stick can keep up.
High Endurance delivers.
For better odor protection, get the better deodorant stick. Demand proof. Get New High Endurance.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Anheuser-Busch, who proudly brings you Family Talk. Let's stop underage drinking before it starts. By Oldsmobile. By the United States Postal Service, we deliver for you. And by Lay's, America's favorite potato chip. Bet you can't eat just one.
Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth, welcome back to Cleveland Stadium. An action-filled first half, 14-7. Cleveland leading after Pittsburgh just scored. Short kickoff taken by Vardell. There is a real flag down. Vardell tripped up at the 25 by Dion Figures.
Either that or that guy's arm in the dog pound is improved.
Sign him up.
Playing for the Indians next year.
It'll be against the Browns. Browns got a long touchdown pass to Michael Jackson. 91-yard punt return by Metcalf.
Number 56 during the return, 10 yards, first down.
Caldwell guilty of the hold.
Tim Jordan's going to make the trap block. That's what sets up the touchdown. Easy 6 for Barry Foster. And then watch coming out of the crowd. If you score a touchdown, it's not going to matter. They're going to flag you for it, as I'm sure Bill Cowher's heart sunk. Then the referee turned and threw the whole thing right back into the crowd. They come with props now to Cleveland Stadium.
Metcalf with a short gain, stuck by Joel Steed.
A little dirt clod in the helmet.
Always a feature of Cleveland Stadium. What several of the Steeler players said, it's like playing in sand to play out there. I guess it's going to be strictly a football stadium now, though. The Indians will move to their new home, the new Gateway Stadium, and so no longer will they have the skinned part of the infield to contend with.
Yeah, that's awful playing over those infields. The dirt always gets down in your shorts and makes for an uncomfortable day.
There's the blimp view of Cleveland Stadium. A burst up the middle by Randy Baldwin. Baldwin in the game for a quick 10-yard gain. That's only his 8th carry of the season. Reggie Barnes, the rookie linebacker who replaced the injured Jerry Osofsky, tackled Baldwin.
Well, Tom, this is pretty much the kind of game I expected, an offensive explosion by both teams. So we came in thinking, would it be 3-0 or 6-3 maybe if it was a real big day? And so far, nothing but excitement.
A big play afternoon. The Steelers got a long pass to Green to set up their touchdown. Metcalf. No, it's Baldwin, excuse me. Baldwin to the 25, and that's a gain of 3. Levon Kirkland gets credit for the Pittsburgh tackle.
Houston Hoover with a nice trap block on that one. Houston be coming from your right side. Will kick out Kevin Green, and that's what enables to pick up on the play.
I think it's interesting, Chris, that both centers are able to do the pull and trap blocks on these two teams, something you don't often see. Testaverde looking, throw it away. Wolfley was closest to it, but he just threw the ball away as his protection broke down.
And Tom, just as I talked about the big play against man-to-man coverage, the Steelers had run about 7 straight plays on defense and man-to-man coverage. The big play immediately out of it. Right now the Steelers in a zone. And really that's the right strategy against Vinny Testaverde. Traditionally, Vinny has eventually thrown the big interception. You want to make Vinny Testaverde beat you with 12 and 14 play drives.
3rd and 8. That'll be 5 yards against the Browns as Tony Jones backed into pass block prematurely. And the Browns failed to convert their first 2 third downs.
False start. Number 66, offense. Moving prior to the snap, 5 yards to 3rd down.
You're going to see both guys moving here. Clearly, I don't know if Vinny may have jumped the gun or the center just didn't snap the ball. You got a rookie in there, Steve Everett at center.
Browns have converted only 1 of 3 on 3rd down. They're the worst in the league. Screen set up. Metcalf caught from behind. Good play by Donald Evans, who got there as the screen was developing and caught Metcalf from behind as he was trying to get a block.
But what a nice play by Donald Evans right there. He's going to get in on the pressure and then run down Eric Metcalf from behind. What great hustle. Remember, he's a smallish guy, only 258 pounds, a former running back, and that's what enabled him to make the play there. Great play by Donald Evans.
Hansen has done a good job punting today. Came in as the 2nd leading AFC punter by average as Woodson awaits the boot. Almost blocked. Hansen got it away, spirals to Woodson at the 24. He got a block that looked like it might be a clip, but there's no flag, and Woodson brings it back 11 yards after Hansen had taken it downfield 52. Ron Wolfley finally made the tackle.
Everybody's getting popped in this football game.
Wolfley a little gimpy as he gets up. Well, don't forget college football, the game of the year as it sets up Florida State and Notre Dame in the battle for number 1 coming your way November 13th. Looks like both those teams will sail into that November 13th meeting unbeaten, if form holds anyway. Charlie Ward and the high-powered Seminoles against Lou Holt's team of overachievers. It'll be a great one November 13th here on NBC. Play action. O'Donnell sets the screen. Merrill Hodge close to a first down to the 45. Tackled there by James Jones.
Tackle was made by James Jones. Najee Mustafa and Clay Matthews.
Really a nice job of acting on that screen by John Jackson. Watch him right out here on the end of the line of scrimmage. He's going to look like he just gets smothered on the play. He's going to fall back, collapse. Oh, the guy beat me. Slip it right out there for the screen to Merrill Hodge. A little despotism on the part of John Jackson.
Duval Love gave him a pretty decent block out there on the corner. There's John Jackson. Not only that, half sack. Foster has the first down, stopped just short of midfield by James Jones. First down Pittsburgh with 2:54 and counting first half, and the Browns up 14-7.
Scary thing about Barry Foster, everybody knows what he did running the football, not only this year but last year as well, but now is becoming much more of a factor in the passing game. For the first time in his career last week against Cincinnati, he had a touchdown rushing and receiving.
Leading pass catcher for the Steelers. O'Donnell to Stone. Shakes one man and is bumped out of bounds after picking up the first down by Eric Turner. 14-yard gain.
Nick Saban, the defensive coordinator, said that we are scared to death of Dwight Stone after the catch. He's not a great route runner, but once he gets his hands on the football, he can really move. He was signed originally as a running back. That's why he wears number 20. Great moves after the catch.
His third of the day for 40 yards. First down, Steelers at the Cleveland 35-yard line. 2:06 left first half. And the Browns leading 14-7. O'Donnell, that play is called. I don't think they got it off before the 2-minute warning.
There is no play. 2-minute warning prior to the snap. Please reset the stadium clock to 2 minutes.
Tom White with the call and gives us a chance to take a break. Pittsburgh bidding to tie before halftime.
We have to be able to communicate with our vehicles 24 hours a day. It's not just a telephone line, it is a critical network.
Communications is the driving force of their ambulance system.
1046 is en route, code 3 at this time. Child has been born. We had a call one time the crew needed to talk to the dispatch center. They pushed that button. They did not get a hold of the dispatch center.
She was losing calls, and losing calls to her could possibly mean losing a life.
We needed to replace that system. If I could bring my monthly costs down, I could afford to budget state-of-the-art telephone system.
That's when MCI stepped in.
That's what MCI did.
Found out what her needs were.
It's not just a telephone system, it's not just a radio system, it's not just a computer system, it's all three merged together.
I had a great sense of responsibility.
Without our MCI T1 service, you wouldn't be able to do that.
You try to do the good thing.
MCI backs the product.
You strive to do the right thing.
She sat there and really listened.
For the first time, there's a saw that combines a 12-amp motor, dust collection, and an auto brake. So there's no limit to what you can build. Introducing the Quantum Circular Saw, new from Black & Decker.
Can you find the Oldsmobile in this picture? We'll give you another try. Here's a hint. It's competition red, has four-wheel anti-lock brakes, and a hot V6 engine. It's the Achieva Sport Coupe. Surprise? It's your money.
Two minutes left first half from Cleveland Stadium. Browns up 14-7. Pittsburgh has a first down at the Cleveland 35. Play action fake to Foster. O'Donnell down the sideline. Hodge can't get there. Well covered by Javon Moore. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Boy, did the Browns get a break there. Short motion by the Pittsburgh Steelers, by the wide receivers, and it really confused the secondary of the Browns. They had lost their man coverage. There was confusion. Jeff Graham ended up wide open on the play. At the end of it, he was jumping up and down and waving his arms, but Neil O'Donnell just did not see it.
And you had a little preview there of what will be coming up at intermission. The Domino's Pizza NFL Live halftime report with Jim Lampley and Mike Ditka. Foster. Tough run to the 30-yard line, gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down after Mike Caldwell prevented a further gain by Foster.
Really enjoying watching the game plan of defensive coordinator Nick Saban for the Cleveland Browns. The Steelers like to do so much pulling with their offensive linemen, and it appears to me that Saban's game plan is to get some penetration and disrupt that pulling so that they don't get a chance to get out in front of Barry Foster and Merrill Hodge.
Foster carried 12 times for 47 yards. It's 3rd and 5. The Steelers have converted only 1 of 4 third downs. O'Donnell from the gun. Pressure. Quick strike. Complete to Graham. And he has a first down at the Cleveland 20. There is a flag down.
This one's coming back. Have an illegal shift and a couple of illegal shoves and a little spit flying, and we're in the AFC Central.
Dirt clods, dog bones.
You know, I love it. You know, people in New York and LA, they don't get a chance to watch this stuff very often. Good to have you here in the Midwest.
Illegal motion on the left guard, moving prior to the snap from the two-point stance. 5 yards, still 3rd down.
You're going to see the motion. I think Michael Dean Perry is going to set it up. When he flinches, it's going to make Duval Love flinch back. And remember, the defensive guys can move all they want, but the offensive linemen have to hold their ground.
3rd penalty, 20 yards against the Steelers, but it nullified a first down at the 20. O'Donnell's got a man. Graham again, banged down at the 6-yard line by Dale Spear. And there's another flag down. O'Donnell can't believe it. But he says now it's against Cleveland, a hold against the Browns. And with just over a minute left, that penalty will be declined. The gain of 23 will stand.
They can't cover Jeff Graham one-on-one. That's the veteran Everson Walls. No match for the speed of Jeff Graham.
Defense. That penalty will be declined. Take the result of the play. 1st and goal.
I'm really surprised to see the Browns playing this much man-to-man coverage. They, throughout the course of the season, they've played much more zone.
You saw Nick Saban there on the Browns sideline signaling for the timeout, and they get it with 1:01 remaining, and the Steelers knocking on the door.
It was pouring rain. I was late. The guy from Xerox was waiting to talk about my documents. My documents, I asked. Add impact to your direct mail, he says. Just add color. You can get 25% more responses. More responses, I say? And I see it, how color gets my documents to make money. I say call my direct mail anything you want. If you're helping my cash flow, you're talking my language.
See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
It's 14-7 Browns. They're trying to cling to the lead with 1:01 left. They've just spent their final timeout as Pittsburgh has the ball 1st and goal.
Big moment in the ball game now. The Steelers can go in tied, having scored the last 2 touchdowns. All the momentum on their side. But once again, got to go into the teeth of the dog pound.
Trying to rattle the cage of the canines down there as Cleveland gets a late defensive player onto the field. And now the flags go down. Boy, now how can you have a timeout and then not have your defense set?
Boy, I tell you what, Bill Belichick is going to be a little ballistic. I think what Mike Johnson did there, he saw that they were disorganized and just went over and smacked one of the offensive linemen. Go ahead and take the penalty, but don't give them the cheapy touchdown. But really, I thought that they made it on the field in time. Number 59, Mike Johnson's just going to jump across and kind of kick the football away because they weren't ready. Mike, you're going to have to be one heck of a lawyer to get your way out of this one. I don't know what the confusion's about.
Encroachment. Number 59 defense contacting the center prior to the snap. It'll be half the distance to the goal. Still 1st down.
I think it's a pretty heads-up play, though, to take the half the distance rather than give up the touchdown.
It was Mike Johnson himself who was late on the field. He comes out and just a little drop kick.
So spot the ball at the 3, 1st and goal Steelers. From the eye, Foster behind the block of Hodge, cuts up to the 1. Rob Burnett managed to keep him from scoring as we go inside the final minute of the half.
And remember, the Steelers have all their timeouts, so they're going to run off the clock. They have plenty of time here.
The ball spotted just inside the 1-yard line now as Cowher says, settle down, settle down.
Now, you know what? He's mad that they took the timeout. He wanted that clock to run down. He doesn't want the Cleveland Browns to get the football back. He's saying, who called the timeout? He's a funny guy, though. He really is. He loves the game of football. You can just tell in talking to him. And he loved the idea of coming back to Cleveland Stadium where he played and coached.
When he was a Browns linebacker, Clay Matthews was injured and he got a chance to start 1982 for Matthews. And then the very next week, the players went on strike.
He could have altered the course of history.
Handsome young devil in his Browns linebacking days. He said one thing you could say about Clay Matthews, I wouldn't exactly call him cheap, but he was frugal. And since he was from Pittsburgh, every time the Browns came to Pittsburgh to play, Cowher had to host Matthews to dinner at his
didn't want to spend his meal
parents' home.
2nd down goal from the 1.
2nd and goal from the 1. Hodge and Foster from the eye. Foster barely got the handoff and then hurdles into the end zone. Neil O'Donnell nearly fell down getting the football, but Foster safely cradled it tucked it away and took it for 6, his second touchdown of the game.
This is what Nick Saban told us that he feared most about Barry Foster. When he swings wide and then picks a hole, the Steelers do a great job, psych, do a great job of just stretching the defense and then letting him cut up inside.
Foster adds to his league-leading touchdown total. The extra point is through by Anderson. And Barry Foster with his second touchdown of the day. And the extra point have tied the game at 14 with just 41 seconds left.
Watch the lineman getting out in front. This is just position blocking. You're not trying to wear anybody else. Nice job by Merrill Hodge to get him in the end zone. Good block.
Hodge with a kick out of Turner to open it up for Foster.
Everybody's sliding in front. Also a big block out there by Eric Green. Did you see number 86 just sealing off the inside pursuit? I like that one, into the dog pound. I wish I had a chance to do that one time.
How did you and the pound get along during your days? I noticed when they introduced you to the crowd as the announcer for today's game, you got a pretty lusty round of boos.
Well, they announced you too when they were booing. How do you know they were booing me?
We're sort of the Beavis and Butthead of NBC Sports.
You just didn't get too close to those guys down there. You really didn't. They've got a little wall and a little fence down there, and you never wanted to be in range because you never knew what might come flying out of the stands. At best, you got a dog biscuit in the head.
Anderson's kick is short. Vardell will take it at about the 8. Spun down short of the 25-yard line by Chad Brown. 16-yard return.
But Tom, here's the significance of that timeout.
It gives us a chance to plug the NFL Live Halftime Report. That's the significance. The Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report, as Lampley and Ditka are awaiting intermission to bring you up to date on everything that's happened in Week 8 of the NFL season.
Had the timeout not been taken, there wouldn't have been 35 seconds, but probably you're going to see Belichick just run out the clock.
Hand off to Leroy Horde. And the fans let it be known that they don't appreciate that kill the clock strategy. Belichick already off with a headset. Will be heading to the locker room.
Did they announce our names again?
It's not that boo.
Oh.
It was a louder boo when they announced your name. Well, not in a happy frame of mind. He blew a 14-point lead, but Cowher's team has the momentum. 2 touchdowns Cleveland, answered by 2 touchdowns by the Steelers in a first half of big plays at Cleveland Stadium. That's the end of the first half. The Pittsburgh Steelers 14, the Cleveland Browns 14. The Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report is next after these messages from the NFL and your local stations.
That's me, Paul Warfield, 17 years ago, playing for the Cleveland Browns in a career that brought me the honor of being placed in the Pro Football Hall of Fame. Those memories will be with me forever, and so will the pride I take in being chosen to bring you the story of United Way working in our Cleveland community. Over the past 20 years, my teammates have shown how your contributions to United Way have helped people who need your help right here in Cleveland. United Way has been there for over 100 years, helping people through an organized, fair, and effective system that ensures our contributions are spent wisely. And with a team of volunteer leaders, you can know that your United Way will be there when you or someone in your family or neighborhood needs help. That's why your contribution is so important. Now, more than ever, the United Way, helping where help is needed most.
This message furnished by the National Football League.
Tonight, you're trapped in your house during a flood. See the rescue of one courageous family.
He was about the luckiest man on earth that day.
With John Forsythe, Eyewitness Video, NBC Tonight.
Tonight on Sequest, a virus found on board a sunken spaceship infects the crew.
People are dying here.
It's up to Lucas to find a cure before a warrior sub attacks the weakened Sequest.
You can help us. Oh, we're all dead. Sensors picking up missile-like object.
Launch countermeasures.
Sequest, 8/7 Central, NBC Tonight.
Been waiting for the 94s to come out to buy a new car?
There's great news.
We're at the Buick Intro Show 94, featuring the whole new line of 94 Buicks.
With specially priced value pack cars like the 94 Century for just $14,995, equipped with an incredible list of options and standard features.
That's one loaded family sedan, Jill, the safest in America.
That's right, Jim. So visit your local Buick dealer during Intro Show 94 and test drive any of the Buicks for 94 and see why we say...
One test drive will convince you Buick dealers offer real value you can afford.
How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, in a pool hall? MGD Light? Say MGD Light and say no more. How do you order a Miller Genuine Draft Light, the cold-filtered light with smooth draft taste, at a singles bar?
Give me an MGD Light.
Anyone have change for 20?
We'll let him in here.
Say MGD Light and say no more.
For carrier and DP&L rebates, call Stevenson's today.
Detectives in Clark County are asking why a teenager there allegedly shot and killed his mother. Good evening. I'm Anita Brickmanis. Investigators believe 17-year-old Stephen McKenzie fired a shotgun at his parents, killing his mother early this morning. His stepfather, 35-year-old Robert Early, was also shot, but he escaped down the street on foot and called for help. The 17-year-old is under police guard at an area hospital. We'll have a full report tonight on Nightside. Celebrating the positive in our communities despite the growing violence is the focus of the 19th annual Brotherhood Sunday. The program was founded back in 1974 by singer Vivian Walton, right after the fatal shootings of a civil rights activist and a Dayton police officer. Walton believes the message of brotherly love in today's songs is just as appropriate now and just as needed in healing strife in the Miami Valley. And finally today, prayer and song in several languages grace the dedication of the new Humanities Center at the University of Dayton. The Jesse Phillips Humanities Center opened in August. It houses a recital hall and a theater as well as classrooms. The center is named after former UD trustee Jesse Phillips, who donated $5 million to the university's humanities program. Holocaust survivor and Nobel Peace Prize winner Elie Wiesel also spoke after the dedication. Now stay with us. We'll be right back with your Sunday weather forecast. Don't go away.
Why does the taste of Gino's Pizza Rolls always soar way above ordinary snacks? Let's look inside this pretzel and this Gino's Pizza Roll. Inside the pretzel, dust. Inside Gino's Pizza Rolls, the taste of hot, delicious pizza. What a winner! The irresistible taste of pizza in this hot little bite-sized snack. Gino's Pizza? Wait a second. Totino's Pizza Rolls. The same zesty pizza taste, now from Totino's.
Get ready to take home the quality of a GMC truck because it's the GMC Truck Dealers Year in Spectacular. How about a strong, tough, full-size pickup like Sierra with a 30% larger engine, higher payload, and more hip room, priced considerably less, even equipped with air, automatic, AM/FM stereo cassette, and more. It's a Consumer's Digest Best Buy. But hurry, the Year in Spectacular with immediate delivery and special factory incentives ends soon. Say yes to your Miami Valley GMC Truck Dealer today.
Karen Schimler joins me now. A great day, almost like summer all over again.
2 in a row. That makes 2 for this weekend. A beautiful day. If you're not in watching the football games, you want to get outside and enjoy this beautiful weather, and it's going to continue right on through this evening. Tonight, we're calling for mostly clear skies. The temperature should be right around 43 degrees. Now, for tomorrow, we'll continue to be sunny, mostly sunny, the high of 69. Here's your extended outlook. It looks like mostly cloudy on Tuesday. On Wednesday, we could have a chance of a scattered shower, the temperature just around 60 degrees. Thursday, we'll have some showers in the morning. It will begin to clear into the afternoon, a little bit on the chilly side, the temperature right around 58 degrees.
Okay, thank you, Karen, and thank you for joining us for this 22 Alive News halftime report. Be sure and join us back here at 11 for 22 Alive News Nightside for a complete look at news, weather, and of course, the 22 Alive Sports Machine with no other than Guy Fogel. Until then, enjoy the game and have a good night.
Halftime at Cleveland Stadium. Michael Jackson a long pass reception for a touchdown. Eric Metcalf, 91-yard punt return. 2 Barry Foster touchdowns for the Steelers. And we're deadlocked at 14 at intermission. Now let's go to Jim Lampley in New York.
This is the Domino's Pizza NFL Live Halftime Report. Brought to you by Domino's Pizza, where you always get great pizza, plus something for nothing.
Welcome back. Let's quickly get up to date on what's happening in the 4 games being played late this afternoon. Then we'll take a look at what happened earlier today, starting in Cleveland, where, as you know, the Steelers and Browns are knotted up at 14 apiece at halftime. And, Mike, for the Steelers to come from 14 down was huge.
Well, it's encouraging because they got a bad break on the punt return. The kid made a great run. They missed some tackles. They're down 14-0. Come back, they hit a big play to Green, and then I thought O'Donnell's had he's having a great year, really. He's throwing the ball very effectively, and he's doing what he has to do. Pittsburgh's a little beat up on defense, and not playing quite as well on defense as they had earlier, but I tell you what, this is a tough football game. Pittsburgh has not won very much at Cleveland, and it's going to be hard for them to come away with a victory today.
O'Donnell 12 of 16 for 211 yards. Another good performance today for Steve Young in San Francisco, where the 49ers lead the Phoenix Cardinals 14-0 in the third quarter. Jerry Rice with a touchdown catch in the first half. Seattle is up 3-0 over New England in the Kingdome. It has been a battle of inept offenses so far, neither team able to get anything going. Detroit and the Rams likewise 3-0 Detroit there. Jim Everett, another horrible first half, 2 of 9 for 12 yards and an interception. Earlier today, Buffalo came into New York looking to beat the Jets and get some distance between themselves and other contenders in the AFC East. Jet killer Thurman Thomas did it again today, rushing for 117 yards and coming alive as a receiver. Pivotal play of the game, third quarter, Jets leading 7-6. Esiason pressured by Bruce Smith, throws into the flat, picked off by Darryl Talley. Talley goes all the way back, 61 yards for the touchdown. Buffalo's first third quarter score of the season gives them a 13-7 lead. The two teams traded field goals, and then late in the fourth quarter, Esiason attempting a comeback under pressure. Smith with another sensational play, diving to make the interception. It was the Jets' 4th turnover of the game, led to a field goal by Steve Christie, which clinched the Bills' 19-10 victory. And Mike, you spoke in pregame about their defense. That was the difference again today.
Well, that interception Smith made, I don't think anybody else in the game can make that to me. I don't know how he knew even where the ball went to go after, but he made a great play on it. And the play that Talley made was a great play. What it was a bootleg. He stayed with the tight end. And now we tell the tight end, you got to knock him, make his eyes water, get off the ball. Evidently, he didn't do that. He makes a big play. So, you know, they didn't play a great offensive game today. They were missing Tasker on special teams, and yet the defense came up and made the plays to keep them in position to win it, and they finally win it. They're a heck of a football team.
Remember a couple of weeks ago when the Saints were a heck of a football team at 5-0 and the Falcons were 0-5? Today the Falcons easily beat the Saints 26-15. Billy Joe Tolliver hurt. Bobby Hebert comes on and has another spectacular game against his former teammates. Cincinnati threatened Houston for a long time today, led 12-7 at one point. But the Oilers come back to win it 28-12, and there's a measure of vindication for Warren Moon here. Moon handing to Lorenzo White, who takes it up the middle for a 4-yard TD in the third quarter. That finally gave the Oilers the lead at 14-12. Then in the fourth quarter, Houston capitalizes on a Cincinnati turnover. Moon to Haywood Jeffries for the 11-yard touchdown. 21-12 Houston. They go on to get another TD and win it 28-12. Jeffries, who had 7 catches in the ball game, can no longer complain that he hasn't been getting the football. And I don't know if this is enough, Mike, to get the Oilers back to their Super Bowl contender level.
Well, if it's not, the thing that could be enough is their schedule for the next 5 weeks. It's really a favorable schedule. They're back within their division. There's teams that they can win, that they should beat. They've got the talent to beat them. The main thing they've got to do is quit bickering down there. They've got a lot of good football players. Warren Moon can play football as well at that position as well as anybody. The main thing he has to wear is just go ahead and play it. Don't worry if he's the guy that's supposed to be there or he's wanted there. Just go out and do it, and they'll never take him out of there, believe me.
All right, so the Oilers look ahead to the easy schedule. Meanwhile, Green Bay, coming off the win over Denver, keeps it going with a 37-14 win over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This game can be described as Sterling and Sharp. Wide receiver Sterling Sharp lines up behind center as the quarterback in the second quarter. They call a quarterback keeper good for a 5-yard gain. It was already 14-0 Green Bay at this point. Next play, Sharp at QB again. Passes this time to Robert Brooks for a short gain. Then they put him back at wide receiver. And Favre connects for a 10-yard TD, Sharp's 3rd touchdown reception of the game. 21-0 Pack. Fourth quarter, 30-7 Green Bay. The Sterling Sharp show continues as he hauls in the 32-yard TD reception from Favre. His 4th TD of the game made it 37-7. They go on to win 37-14. Obviously, without a running game, they go as far as Favre and Sharp can carry them.
But they're doing some better things on offense and defense than they did earlier. They lost 2 games in the last 4 seconds. Now, if they can remedy that situation, they look to me like the only team in the Central Division of the NFC who can score points. And I tell you, this guy Sharp is as good as I've seen once he catches the ball. I mean, he can run the ball with anybody. So, you know, they got a lot of good things going there. Favre's a good quarterback, good young quarterback, very resourceful. So I like him. I picked him early. Oh, we'll see what happens.
I'll make you general manager. You can have one wide receiver, Jerry Rice, Michael Irvin, Sterling Sharp. Who do you like?
Well, first of all, how much are you going to pay me to be a general manager?
I'm giving you a piece of the team,
well,
Coach.
I'll tell you what I'd do. I'd take a combination of all three of them.
He hedges big time on that question. We'll send you back to Cleveland for the second half of the Browns and the Steelers. That's a good hedge. You can't make an answer. Right after these messages from your local station.
Tuesday, John gets a visit from old friend Ted Shackelford. Now, if only he could remember why they're friends.
What do you want me to do, draw you a picture? I like that very much.
All new Laura Kett. Then, everyone's dragging their Halloween costumes out of the closet.
Nice costume.
Can you guess what I am?
Apparently not.
All new second half, NBC.
Tuesday.
Now, a bizarre murder tale with a novel twist. It's real. Best-selling author Dominic Dunn takes you inside the minds of the Menendez brothers. Victims are killers. Now, NBC Wednesday.
Here's a camera tip. In order to get a nice, steady picture, one that doesn't jiggle or bounce around, remember, it's important your camera be mounted on a solid object specially designed to minimize vibration. Dodge Intrepid, running at, let's say, 85 miles an hour, would be a particularly good choice. Dodge Intrepid. This changes everything.
The new 22 is committed to children's education. We put kids first.
Welcome back to Cleveland. Tom Hammond and Chris Collinsworth at Cleveland Stadium. Great first half. The Steelers and the Browns tied at 14. Let's take a look at our Coors Light halftime stats.
And look at the total yards. What a huge difference in this ball game. But you know what it means? Not a doggone thing, because the score is tied 14-14.
The Browns had the big plays, the long strike to Michael Jackson, 62 yards, and the 91-yard punt return by Eric Metcalf, Browns record. Matt Stover to kick off for the Browns to open the second half. Woodson and Stone deep for the Steelers. Woodson settles under it at the 5. Flags go down as Woodson is cracked to the turf after a 13-yard return.
Mike Caldwell on the tackle.
Mike Caldwell on the stop on special teams for Cleveland. A personal foul grabbing the face mask against the Browns.
Ooh. Not a good way to start. That means that it was considered intentional and flagrant.
Personal foul, grabbing the face mask. Number 42, 15 yards, first down.
The guilty party, Louis Riddick.
See if we can pick up Riddick, number 42. Right there's Riddick. He's going to get it and yank it and give up 15 yards. Good call.
So the Steelers in business at the 34-yard line. Steelers have never led. Foster positioning his blockers. Gets only a yard before he's thrown back by Mike Johnson and others. Foster saying a little blocking would be helpful.
Really a complete turnaround there at the end of the half, and the momentum is now on the side of the Pittsburgh Steelers. This field goal could have given the Steelers a lead. Remember, that was the first miss of the year by Gary Anderson.
O'Donnell had a good first half.
Sure did.
Play action fake, and O'Donnell with plenty of time. He has Green. He's wrestled down after a first down catch. Stevan Moore wrestled him down by his pads, and that is hard to do. Penalty marker down. He might have had the face mask as well. An 11-yard gain.
Stevan Moore got that big guy down about the only way he knew how. Once he went for the deflection.
Personal foul, 15-yard face mask. Number 27, 15 yards, first down.
Well, there's a cheap 30 yards for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Eric Green, remember, 280 pounds, Stevan Moore, 205. And once you go for the deflection here, once you try to break it up, now you've got to just get him down any way that you can.
And that was by the face mask.
Yep.
And so the ball at the 39-yard line suddenly. Pittsburgh with a first down. Foster picking his way forward, and again the Browns defense not yielding much to the AFC's leading rusher. That time it was Jerry Ball that managed to stack things up.
That was a pretty sight, isn't it? I mean, just sit and enjoy for a minute.
You know, the dog
Checking
pound
out
too
Jerry
has the
Ball.
best. The dog pound has the best view of Jerry, I think.
They definitely. You know, you're trying to get me killed is what you are. I already had one confrontation with that big guy. I'm not saying a word.
The dog pound
I
is.
think he looks good.
The dog pound to the right of your screen, in case you were. O'Donnell for Stone, overthrown.
Where Pittsburgh has had their success today running the football has not been into that group. It has been towards the outside when they get Barry Foster stretching the defense towards the corner and making the big guys, Perry and Jones and Jerry Ball and those guys, run laterally, because there are guys that you're not going to knock them over. You're not going to push them out of the way. The way to beat the Cleveland Browns is to make the big guys run.
Ball leading the game on 3rd and 7. Eric Green in motion. O'Donnell looks for him. Almost taken down. He finds Hodge, and Hodge has a first down. Stevan Moore stopped him, but it went for 14 yards on a heads-up improvisation by Neil O'Donnell.
Rob Burnett had him by the ankle, but couldn't do anything with him. He's got him. That's not a sack. Maybe a year ago, grasp and control, I don't know, but that rule is now gone. It gave Neil O'Donnell a chance to find Merrill Hodge, who has come up with several big plays in this ball game, just crawling and sniffing and scratching, but he couldn't get the other leg. You got to get the other leg and yank him down.
O'Donnell's having an excellent game. Foster to the 20, gain of 3. Pepper Johnson met him head on.
Tom, this is nasty football. I mean, I'm telling you, you got Barry Foster, big back. You got Mike Johnson and Michael Dean Perry and the Jerry Ball and the big guys. Just think about running this football. Ordinary human being could not handle this. Coming in there, and now they're going to, just nasty football.
Foster has outrushed the entire Cleveland team. He has 57 very tough yards to 30 for the Browns. O'Donnell fired a bullet to Green. It'll be a yard or so short of the first down. Mike Caldwell threw him back. And the injured player might be Burnett.
That's not good. Anytime the first thing that they grab is the knee. Here's Rob Burnett. One of the strongest players on this Browns team. Phenomenal year a year ago, a great season so far this year. Working against the big Leon Searcy. Right down on the cut block. Yeah, I think he's going to be okay. I didn't see anything major. When you're playing the Steelers, yeah, you see saying, get away from him. Really, I mean, the big guys, they don't want the little trainers and equipment guys hanging around. Just get away from him. I'll be back. Pio Sangapulatelli.
It's 3rd and 2 for the Steelers. They've converted half of their 6 third downs in the game. Foster didn't make it. Mike Johnson was there again.
Now the referees decide the outcome of football games. They go in there and they mark this one. If they give you an extra couple of inches, if they mark it off the right foot, you have a first down, mark it off the left foot. It's 4th down and you got a big decision to make.
Bill Cowher right now on the sideline with Ron Earhart.
He wants a measurement. Does two things. It helps him with his decision and gives him a little time to think.
Earhart looked like he was ready to call a play.
There's Ron Earhart. They're going to go for it, I believe. This is, I don't think it's a first down, but it's only going to be about 2 or 3 inches short. Long 2 or 3 inches.
Glad you're not an official.
And then once again, I'm right as usual. They will kick a field goal.
You're batting 1,000 on this.
That's 100%. I'm just going to shut up.
Well, Gary Anderson had his first miss of the season earlier, and it was from similar range. It was 28 yards that he missed. This one is going to be a 30-yard attempt.
But I think the distance that they were short influenced Bill Cowher's decision.
This could give the Steelers their first lead of the game. He got it. Gary Anderson's 30-yard field goal puts Pittsburgh on top for the first time.
People around Flat Rock, Michigan know the satisfaction of a job well done. Especially the 3,000 or so of them that build the Mazda 626. They put in a V6 and dual airbags. Mazda gives the 626 an affordable price. So go ahead and buy all you want.
That's all right. We'll make more.
Mazda, it just feels right.
Hold on. I don't just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnighted. Might as well overnighted.
Overnight this.
Overnight that. Overnight.
Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with priority mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
The year 2032. The city, Los Angeles. The movie, Demolition Man. The restaurant.
All restaurants are Taco Bell.
The reason, delicious tacos, burritos, and nachos.
Exactamundo.
The prices, only $59.79 and 99 cents.
I'm impressed.
The action, the adventure, the excitement. It's now playing at a Taco Bell restaurant near you.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by Mazda. Mazda, it just feels right. By your Allstate agent. For home, auto, life, and business insurance, you're in good hands with Allstate. By the U.S. Army. Learn how to get an edge on life. Be all you can be. And by Coors Light. Aged ice cold for that pure taste of the Rockies. Reach for the silver bullet, the right beer now.
Downtown Cleveland, Ohio, you know, when the Cuyahoga River burst into flames in June of 1969, it was like a wake-up call to this city to clean up their act, and they've done so. The river is clean, Lake Erie is clean, and the downtown is booming, much like Pittsburgh has done. Their renovation of downtown. The kickoff by Anderson, down to the end zone by Leroy Horde, and the Browns will take over at their own 20-yard line. First half possessions by the Cleveland Browns.
Really the big play was the punt return by Eric Metcalf. Michael Jackson had the dynamic play as well, but you take away the mistake on the part of Rod Woodson, dropping coverage to give up one big play in the punt return. The Browns offensively really haven't done a lot today.
Vinny Testaverde, first possession of the second half. 2 key face mask penalties helped Pittsburgh get the go-ahead field goal. The pass intended for Michael Jackson is behind him and incomplete.
You know, Michael Jackson really caused a firestorm here a couple of weeks ago when he said that Bill Belichick had basically hired Jim Brown to spy on the players, that quarterback Bernie Kosar and running back Leroy Horde were paying the price for questioning Belichick's game plans, and commented that he wished the Browns would come up with an offensive coordinator. Things were a little bit hairy here for 10 days or so, but apparently all is forgiven now.
Got a look at Jim Brown on the sideline. Well, Bill Belichick more or less diffused the issue with some humor. Here's Metcalf bursting free. He has a first down across the 30. Woodson had to trip him up, but covered 12 yards. That's a look at Gene Williams, the starting right tackle of the Browns.
They really don't have enough depth on this offensive line to survive many injuries. Gene Williams, they picked him up from the Dolphins in the offseason via trade, and he can play every single position on that offensive line, so it would be a big blow.
He'll be replaced by Ed King when we return to Cleveland Stadium.
Hi, Super Dave Osborne here, getting ready to roll across the country singing the praises of these great-looking Hager wrinkle-free cotton pants. You know the ones, 100% cotton, wrinkle-free, out of the dryer, no ironing. I'll be covering more than 25,000 miles wearing these beauties, so come out and see me. I just wonder if Hager knows they're paying me by the mile. Uh-oh. Yahoo! Oh!
Hager wrinkle-free cottons. 100% cotton, 0% wrinkles.
They're still not wrinkled.
You're looking at the most powerful import pickup ever built. The new 4-liter V6 Mazda truck. What all the beautiful people are driving this year.
Think of all this as a large block of ice. Think of this as a chip off the old block. Coors Light's aged ice cold. So when you think of ice, think of the silver bullet. The only way to chill.
Behind every new Mazda truck is an unsurpassed 50,000-mile, 3-year basic warranty. And behind that, who knows?
Third quarter, Cleveland Stadium, 17-14. The Steelers with a field goal off their opening possession to take their first lead of the game. And this has been a terrific game, a beautiful afternoon, a fierce rivalry. I don't know if you can ask for anything more.
Nah, I'm having a ball. I even got a hot dog at halftime. I'm as happy as I could be.
Right now, it's the Cleveland Browns' turn to try to answer the go-ahead score by the Steelers. First possession by the Brownies in the second half. And they have a first down at the 20. That play will be whistled dead before it gets started. By the way, the injured player, Gene Williams, walked off the field while we were away in commercial, and Ed King has replaced him at right tackle. And now Williams has come back out on the field.
On the center, 5 yards, still first down.
Steve Everett with a false start must have moved the ball 5 yards against the Browns. And the penalties have hurt Cleveland today, especially the two 15-yard face masks on the last Pittsburgh possession.
And the Browns offensively aren't good enough to overcome these kind of piddly mistakes. We saw the same thing in Indianapolis in the first half when Bernie Kosar was benched in the second half. They were constantly first down and 15 after stupid penalties.
Ball set back to the 26. Testaverde deep to the sideline. Jackson all alone. Diving catch. He'll be marked down at the 30-yard line. Johnson and Lake caught up after Jackson had to make the diving grab. 44 yards, a beautiful catch by Michael Jackson.
They all hesitate and go. When you're playing against aggressive defensive backs like DJ Johnson, you sit down like you're going to run a pivot, a hook kind of a route, then take off. Great job by Michael Jackson. He didn't break his momentum when he did the hesitation and was able to run full speed right by DJ Johnson, and then the great catch.
And held on to the ball as he collided with the turf, holding his neck. This has been a game full of big plays. Metcalf dodges one man, breaks to the outside. Metcalf for the end zone, knocked out at about the 3-yard line by Rod Woodson. Two of the best go head-to-head, and Woodson stops Metcalf from the end zone. 25 yards.
Tom, there's only one man in the National Football League that's going to catch Eric Metcalf on this play, and it's number 26 of the Pittsburgh Steelers, Ron Woodson. You could watch this in the Olympics if you wanted to. Those two guys ripping down the field. Great run by Metcalf. He danced inside, nothing there, and then the quickness to get outside and almost break it for the score.
Fake to Vardell. Testaverde. Touchdown. Wolfley. Wolfley's first touchdown of the season, only the second receiving touchdown of his career. Stover for the extra point. So the Browns answer the field goal with a touchdown. 2 big plays. Jackson and Metcalf set this up.
Ron Wolfley just sneaked through on the play action. The Steelers obviously expecting a run. Kirkland committing to the run. Nobody left in the middle of the field, and even the great speed of Greg Lloyd couldn't get there to break it up. Gotta be. That guy's happy, you know that.
The Cleveland Browns owner has seen his team come back after falling behind on the first series of the second half. And big plays, man, have we seen a ton of them today by both teams.
How about that? You score a touchdown, then you got to go chase the kick. He's the special teams captain. He's whooping them up now. Always the first one down the field. We'll watch him on the kickoff. He says, you know, the bigger they are, the harder I fall. He loves it. You know, Wolfley's the kind of guy that would fit in a dog pound.
He would. He'd be right at home, wouldn't he?
He'd fit up there with all those ugly guys. Watch number 26 chase this kickoff. He's liable to go berserk now.
Well, Victor Frank and Dick Klein are zeroed in on him as Stover sends it downfield. And into the end zone where Stone will down it. Well, let's watch Wolfley anyway.
Wolfley, I think, was a little bit gassed. I think the adrenaline was going a little too high. He's got it going as fast as he can here. Charging down the field, there's always somebody assigned to him. They're going to block him, then they're going to push and shove a little bit. And, you know, that's the part of the price. You're either a star or you chase kicks. Wolfley chases kicks. Got the headband on, looking good.
First down, Steelers. Neil O'Donnell for Green. They almost got it incomplete.
Did you feel the press box bounce when he hit?
On the Richter scale.
The big man laying out. He's had a big day already. Mike Johnson with the coverage just a little bit long, but the effort was a great one. Because of the fact that the Cleveland Browns appeared to be in position, Stephon Moore may have come up with that interception, but for the great effort by Eric Green.
The winner of the game takes over first place in the AFC Central. Browns leading 21-17. Foster stopped behind the line. Jerry Ball.
Talk about a poster child for the dog pound. There he is. There's an interesting blocking scheme. We'll just go ahead and let Jerry Ball just come in and bust it on Barry Foster's head. Neil O'Donnell didn't want the football, neither did Barry Foster. Hard to come up with negative plays against these Steelers, but Jerry Ball just made one.
And the dog pound is having a ball. Timeout has been called. I think the Browns called the timeout. No, it was Pittsburgh. Steelers called the timeout. And now O'Donnell will confirm.
And the theme song for the dog pound comes on. They're bad to the bone. There's some pretty people up there now. I don't think you're allowed to take your seat in the dog pound. I came here for 8 straight years. I never saw anybody sit down.
Well, the Canines will get a week off next week as the Browns have a bye along with the Steelers. But here's what we have for you next Sunday on NBC. It all starts at 12:30 Eastern Time with NFL Live. Most of you will see Joe Montana and the Chiefs take on the Marino-less Miami Dolphins. Others will see the Battle of New York, the Jets and Giants, or regional matchups, all coming up next week on NBC. 3rd and 16. Intercepted. Spear still going and fumbles the ball. The ball's loose. And I think Pittsburgh got it back. They did. Pittsburgh recovers. Spear, the rookie from Florida, intercepted and then fumbled, and Justin Strelzik recovered it.
Really a poor throw by Neil O'Donnell right into the arms of Del Spear. Now you've got a chance to clinch up this football game. Get down. Don't go for the extra yard. I mean, that was Merrill Hodge. That's about the 3rd big play that Merrill Hodge has made in this game. Perhaps the biggest so far, stripping the football from Del Spear.
And Strelzik cradles it, so new life for the Steelers. The ball at their own 16 and a first down. Barry Foster looked like he lost his footing, then is covered.
Tom, this is the hardest part of the field to get a drive going. This is the baseball part of Cleveland Stadium. They've just resodded this part of it. They're right around where the pitcher's mound would have been. Of course, they finally took that thing out. And so it's almost impossible to get your footing. It's really a lot easier to throw the football down here because the defensive line doesn't get a chance to get their footing, and it gives the offensive lineman protection.
Foster shakes one man and makes a nice run out of it. Barry Foster twisting and turning short of the 25-yard line. Mike Caldwell, Stevan Moore getting him down, but Foster showed his ability there, and he's still fired up.
And you know what he's saying? He's saying, who's supposed to block these guys? James Jones, just like Jerry Ball a minute ago, came through completely unblocked. I have never seen this much confusion on the offensive line for the Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, they are in complete disarray. And Barry Foster's hot.
3rd down and 2. Bad snap. Hodge on the bounce. Hodge has a first down. That was unbelievable.
Well, that's about the only way that Merrill Hodge gets to run the football anymore, is if they hike it to him. Eric Green went in motion, and the snap hit Eric Green. The crowd noise had such an impact on the play. That's what happened. It wasn't a bad snap. It just hit the 280-pound Eric Green. Another huge play by Merrill Hodge. Not only, see, he doesn't just fall on it here, then Eric Green turns around and gets a little block, and they pick up the first down.
And very rarely do you get a true bounce off this grass. As John Jackson was shaken up, the left tackle of the Steelers.
That would be a major look. What a year John Jackson is having this year. He's given up just half a sack all season. 2 weeks ago, he ended San Diego's Leslie O'Neal streak of a sack in 8 straight games. And then last week, he shut out Ronaldo Turnbull, who was leading the NFC. And you see Bill Cowher saying, guys, you got to relax out there. You're losing your mind. Remember yesterday, he was telling us that the reason it's so hard to win here is the crowd treats it like a playoff game, and nobody can ever win on the road in playoff games. And you get a feel for it right now.
5:35 left in the 3rd quarter, 21-17, Cleveland leading Pittsburgh. First down play. Wide open. Stone And Dwight Stone chased out of bounds at the 40-yard line by Terry Taylor. It's another Pittsburgh first down.
And fortunately for the Steelers, they've got John Jackson coming back in, because watch the mismatch on the outside. Neil O'Donnell almost got his head taken off. And there's Dwight Stone, another one of those crossing routes that Nick Saban was so afraid of.
Spreading the ball around is Neil O'Donnell.
You know, they almost lost Neil O'Donnell. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers offered him huge money, and there was a big debate as to whether or not the Steelers were going to match it. Last minute, they decided to. Pretty good decision.
Play clock was at 1. They got it away, but Foster is trapped and ridden down by Mike Caldwell.
Barry Foster, the ball carrier, the tackle made by Mike Caldwell.
Caldwell, the rookie linebacker from Middle Tennessee. Third-round draft choice.
And Caldwell is a guy that's really known for his speed, and you saw it there. He was able to run down Barry Foster from behind.
Foster's had a tough day. Still has gained 59 yards and has the 2 big scores. Jerry Ball might have been offside. Was he drawn? Let's see.
Searcy moved, though. It was a matter of whether or not Ball made contact before Leon Searcy moved. It was really close. I don't think it had anything to do. The movement on the offensive line by Searcy didn't have anything to do with Ball jumping off.
False start on the offense, moving prior to the snap. That'll be a 5-yard penalty. The defense was in a neutral zone. They will be
Does Searcy move before Ball makes contact? That's the question. I think that's the right call. I really do think it's the right call, because I didn't see Jerry Ball make contact, which is kind of hard to believe that he shot between the guard and the center. Didn't hit anybody, but I don't think he did.
Almost intercepted again. O'Donnell threw the ball, and Mike Johnson was lurking right behind Eric Green. Broke on the football, but couldn't hold on.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All kinds of opportunities now for the Browns. For 59, just going to break. You just can't drop that ball. Oh. Only linebackers drop those passes. Wow, that's a big play. And put that on top of the fact that Del Spear made the interception and then fumbled.
Just over 4 minutes left in the third. Cleveland up by 4. This is a third down pass from O'Donnell. And he has once again Graham. And Graham with a twisting, turning reception for 19 yards to the Cleveland 45. Spun down there by Eric Turner, but Graham is having a big day.
They've been going back to the middle of the field. Look at the holes right there in the middle, in between the zone. There's always a hole. The hard part of that play is you have to have enough protection to allow your receiver to get in there and work behind the linebackers. Nice job by the Steelers big guys.
The former Buckeye has collared 5 of them this afternoon. First down Steelers at the 45 of the Browns. In the flat, Foster. Dropped by Stevan Moore, but a gain of 5. What a weapon is Barry Foster.
Really just good, hard-nosed, tough, playing for first place in the dirt and the grime, and the only thing we're missing now is a little snow.
That's what Clay Matthews said. He's disappointed the weather was so nice today. Foster cuts back. He'll be a yard short. Pepper Johnson made sure he didn't get the first down.
Nice job here by Leon Searcy, working for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Watch the determination on Michael Dean Perry right there. He's just going to keep pushing. This is just a dogfight. Now, these guys have been going at it all, pushing, shoving, kicking. Do whatever you can. Keep Michael Dean off your ball carrier. Good job by Leon Cersei.
3rd down and about 2. That's Eric Green holding on and then dragging Eric Turner with him. Is that guy strong? 7 yards and a 1st down.
And Nick Saban's going crazy right now. He says, I got the perfect coverage. All I got to do out here is make a tackle. I've got my leading tackler, Eric Turner, and you just can't bring him down. He's just too much man. And they're just dragging him along for the 1st down. Eric Turner is a huge hitter. Just had no shot whatsoever to bring down Eric. What a weapon this guy is. If he just get out of the way when they snap the football, he would have played a perfect game so far.
Cleveland has been able to cut off the vaunted Pittsburgh rushing attack, but O'Donnell has passed for over 200 yards. Misfires on that one on the sideline, intended for Dwight Stone.
Remember now, the Steelers are down by 4. Field goal doesn't really help them in this situation. Still plenty of time remaining, though.
1:28 3rd quarter. 21-17 Browns. This is the 12th play of the Pittsburgh drive coming up. Foster on the sweep. Nothing. Rob Burnett out there in a hurry. Joined by a bunch of other brown-shirted defenders. And as we approach the 1-minute mark, it'll be 3rd and long for the Steelers.
This is the best job these guys have done getting out in front of this stretch play. Merrill Hodge got the kick-out block, but nice job inside by Burnett and Jones just stuffing that play. That's been the Steelers' best running play so far, and the big guys got out in front that time and shut it down.
Final minute of the 3rd quarter. O'Donnell for the corner of the end zone. No, incomplete. Dwight Stone fighting for possession with Stevan Moore and Najee Mustafa, and the ball falls incomplete. And Stone may be hurt.
The entire stadium held their breath when this one was thrown up. You knew from the outset it was going to be a jump ball between Dwight Stone and Stevan Moore. Here it comes. Who wants it the most? Oh, I think Stone had it for a second, and then Moore just ripped it out at the last second. Just got his hands in there and ripped it out before he hit the ground, because had he hit the ground with the ball, would have been a touchdown. Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. He landed right on his back. Great effort by Dwight Stone.
39 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. The Browns leading 21-17. We'll be back to Cleveland in a moment.
Trucks are a spiritual thing to me. Something you can depend on. It's just like, my best friend, I guess you might say.
Out on the ranch is where I'm at, and that's where I want the truck to work for me.
I need a truck that's rough like I am.
Introducing the all-new Mazda truck with a 4-liter V6 and a soul to match. The new Mazda truck.
Saddle up and let's go dancing.
Mazda, it just feels right.
If you demand more from an aftershave than alcohol burn, you gotta try new alcohol-free Sensitive from Old Spice with cooling sensates. It's proof aftershave doesn't have to hurt to work. Take the heat out of aftershave. Man-proof. Try new Sensitive from Old Spice.
This is hydroplaning in less than an inch of water, and they're being pulled by Goodyear all-season AquaTread radials. AquaTread's deep groove design channels water away as you drive for outstanding traction. Hydroplaning, AquaTreading. Think about it.
You need 2 hands to count all the special rates and discounts on Allstate car insurance. For more than one car, pickup trucks, anti-lock brakes, airbags. Good drivers, excellent drivers with Allstate home insurance. And retired drivers over 55. Just pick up a phone and call an Allstate agent for details. For lots of ways to save, you're in good hands with Allstate.
The word is out. NBA Inside Stuff is back. Season premiere Saturday on NBC.
And the Goodyear blimp floating high above Cleveland Stadium, giving us our beautiful aerial views today on a gorgeous, clear sky day, as you can see. The Goodyear blimp Spirit, based in nearby Akron, Ohio. Short trip over for the game today. 21-17 as Anderson lines up for the field goal and hits it.
Field goal is good by Gary Anderson.
Gary Anderson from 46 yards pulls the Steelers within one with 34 ticks left in the third quarter.
Elvira here, Mistress of the Dark and sometimes Surfer Babe, because Coors Light is the official beer of Halloween and the party's at the beach, Malibu Beach, where you can hang 10. Look, Frankie and Annette. And of course, when it's time to chill, just reach for that cooler of Coors Light. Aged ice cold, never frozen stiff. It's the right beer now for Halloween. Just look for the Silver Bullet Smooth display and dig up your friends now for a party at the beach. Happy Halloween, dudes.
Maybe you didn't know that the Mazda 626 comes with the best basic warranty in its class. But the people of Flat Rock, Michigan stand behind the car they build, and that's why we can too.
See this as direct mail, or see it as a document and add the impact of color. One company increased response by 25%. See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
Enemy in the open.
If the communications data isn't programmed right, 5,000 troops could be cut off.
Enemy forces scattered.
But I'd never let that happen to my brigade.
Get an edge on life in the Army.
People around Flat Rock, Michigan have their own way of conserving energy. They build the Mazda 626, and they build it so it gets the best mileage in its class.
So what do they do in your town?
Welcome back. That's a look at Mark Carrier, the Cleveland receiver, knocked out with a hamstring injury earlier in the game. Dwight Stone, the Pittsburgh receiver, just had the wind knocked out of him before we had the field goal attempt. He's going to be okay. Update on Jerry Osofsky, the Pittsburgh linebacker. He has a dislocated left knee and has been taken to the Cleveland Clinic. It's been a tough afternoon. Anderson's kick taken at about the 2-yard line. Baldwin returns at 18 yards. And the Browns will take over there with 25 seconds left in the third quarter.
Cleveland begins play first and 10 at their own 20.
Time of possession heavily in favor of the Steelers.
Wow.
But the big play capability of the Browns has made the difference.
That's what it was. The 2 long passes to Michael Jackson, the hesitate and go, and then the broken coverage by Woodson, the punt return. Cleveland's winning.
Play clock to 1, just got it off. Testaverde's in trouble and sacked at the 8-yard line. Donald Evans and Kevin Green for a loss of 12 on the sack of Testaverde.
And give credit to DJ Johnson. He wasn't fooled that time. They tried to come back with a little hesitate and go to Lawyer Tillman, but he didn't bite on it, and that's what allowed the sack. Here comes big Kevin Green flying around. He comes over from the LA Rams. Had a huge year last year, led the Rams in sacks and tackles, fumble recoveries, 76.5 career sacks coming into this game. Chalk up another one.
That's the end of the third quarter. Should be a frantic finale. Cleveland leads by 1. Back after these messages from your local station.
Tonight, a virus from a sunken spaceship infects the crew. Only Lucas can save them.
You can help us, or we're all dead.
Sequest 8/7 Central, NBC tonight.
The other day I get in my car, it won't start. No small problem, right? Well, I figure it's the battery, so I go down to the AutoZone and I tell them what I need. The guy says to me, let's check your old one first. It might not be the problem. Turns out he was right. All I needed was a new battery cable. Talk about saving money. Now you tell me, would another parts store done that? They made sure I got exactly what I needed. Now I'll remember that. Believe me, I will.
The year 2032. The city, Los Angeles. The movie, Demolition Man. The restaurant.
All restaurants are Taco Bell.
The reason, delicious tacos, burritos, and nachos. Exactamundo. The prices, only $59, $79, and 99 cents. I'm impressed. The action, the adventure, the excitement. It's now playing at a Taco Bell restaurant near you.
Shopping, airbag, anti-lock brakes, air conditioning, automatic transmission, AM/FM stereo, and more. All the things you'd expect in a mid-size car. Out of reach, here's what you might not expect. Maxima, you'd pay $6,500 more. Concord, $4,100 more. Accord, $2,200. You'd pay more for any of those cars than you would the '94 Cutlass Supreme by Oldsmobile at $16,995. Features included, $16,995 at your Valley Olds family dealer.
For Carrier and DP&L rebates, call Stevenson's today.
This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the NFL is prohibited.
Cleveland Stadium now glowing like a jewel in the tiara of downtown Cleveland as we begin the fourth quarter. Flags down as that play aborted before it began. This doesn't count. They've blown it dead. That was a 17-yard scamper by Eric Metcalf that looked good but counts for nothing.
No, I think they're going to allow that one.
I thought they blew it dead. The whistles were blowing.
Well, if it's on the defense, they didn't blow it dead. I think the Steelers thought the same thing you did.
But I heard the whistle.
Got to be careful. Might be those boys in the dog pound again.
Well, it might be.
They threw a flag earlier. They probably have whistles too.
All sides. Number 37, defense. That penalty is declined. They'll take the result of the play. Third down.
It has to be illegal procedure, of course, for the play to be stopped, but I swear the whistle's blew.
Carnell Lake was coming on a blitz, tried to jump the gun, and then the defense of the Steelers just seemed to relax.
I swear, I think they relaxed because they heard a whistle, because I sure heard one. Testaverde's pass. Horde makes a 360 grab and has a first down. Carnell Lake wrestled into the turf.
Remember the year that Horde had a couple of years back, 9 touchdown passes, and for whatever reason, he hasn't been used as much in that receiving role, but has always come up with big plays, catching the football out of the backfield. You know, he's one of the guys that Michael Jackson said that Leroy Horde was in Belichick's doghouse for criticizing his game plan. Well, now Leroy Horde is back in there. So is Michael Jackson, and the only one not back is Burnham.
Testaverde on the draw to Metcalf. Dancing his way forward for a short gain. About a yard and a half before he's countered by Kenny Davidson.
Tom, I think this is just a huge game for Vinny Testaverde. They put him in last week against Cincinnati, kind of a gimme win. You know, the Browns really expected to win. But now Vinny Testaverde is really put to the test. He's under a 2-year contract here with the Browns for $1.4 million. Bernie Kosar just signed a new contract for almost $4 million a year. So if, in fact, Vinny Testaverde can win these kinds of football games, you just can't imagine that Art Modell is going to be able to keep both of them with the salary cap next year.
Backpedaling, Testaverde throws it away.
Now, how's that not intentional grounding?
He was not outside the tight ends, which is where you have to be.
I'm with you, Bill. There was no rollout. You're allowed to intentionally ground the football now if you get outside the tackle box. You tell me, does he get outside the tackle box on this play? Because there was not a receiver or defender in sight.
3rd down 8 at the Cleveland 35.
They blew it. That's a blown call. That's intentional grounding.
With Greg Lloyd bearing down on him, he threw it away, but got away with it. 3rd down. And with 2 seconds on the play clock, Testaverde doesn't have his people in the proper position and calls timeout. Timeout comes at the 13:03 mark, and the Browns clinging to a 1-point edge.
Coca-Cola presents Monsters of the Gridiron.
The scariest thing about Coca-Cola's Monsters of the Gridiron is time is running out. Since millions have played, there are fewer monster packs available. Grab one and play Monsters of the Gridiron today.
That's not all, folks.
Even if you've already played, keep playing. You can still win Super Bowl tickets and other great prizes. Because with Coca-Cola, you're always in the game.
Always Coca-Cola.
There's cause for celebration. It's the opening of the latest ITT Sheraton Hotel. Sheraton is now the ultimate global hotel chain for business travelers, with 420 hotels, inns, resorts, and all suites, and one high standard of service in over 60 countries. What does ITT bring to the party? $1 billion worth of improved systems, services, and renovations. ITT, we're adding more than just our name.
Great look, beautiful hair. And only weeks ago, she came to my salon with a problem, dandruff. So I showed her what Head & Shoulders can do. We washed half her hair with regular shampoo, the other half with Head & Shoulders. The result? Regular shampoo side, dandruff. Head & Shoulders side, flake-free. Looking good, Sally.
Thanks to you.
Head & Shoulders, because beautiful hair can't have flakes.
The NFL on NBC is brought to you by the American Express card. Don't leave home without it. By Coca-Cola Classic, always the real thing, always Coca-Cola. By Schick Tracer, it traces every curve on your face. And by Xerox, the document company. See your documents differently, see your business differently.
Looks like a painting, doesn't it? A brilliant sunset over Lake Erie. And here in Cleveland Stadium, it's 21-20. With the Browns facing a 3rd and 8. Testaverde has Metcalf short of the first down, I believe. Depending on the spot, it looks like it will be short. Carnell Lake banged into Metcalf and made sure he couldn't get that additional yard that would have meant first down.
No brainer here, you punt the football. They want a measurement. Bill says, you doggone right, get it out there. We may get a kink in the chain or anything. Take a first down any way I can get it.
It is Cleveland Stadium after all.
That's right, yeah. Believe me, you never know what can happen there. But it was clearly short. Metcalf, you say, why didn't Metcalf go up a little bit further and make the play? Well, he did have enough room for the first down, clearly short. Did have enough for the first down when he first ran his pattern, but the pass kind of brought him back, and he couldn't afford to take a chance on that thing getting intercepted. Metcalf be on the right and the left side of your screen. And we'll watch it again later. But this is the right decision by Bill Belichick. Got to punt the football, give your defense a chance. But it was a good drive, Tom, a good drive from the standpoint they got it out of their own zone. Now they're going to make Pittsburgh go 80 or 90 yards, provided Rod Woodson doesn't take it the distance.
And the dangerous Woodson standing on his own 10. The same spot that Metcalf set sail in the first half for Cleveland. Hanson sails it downfield, and it hits the 5. Oh, and it can't be saved. Great try on the part of Hairston, but it'll be Steelers ball at the 20.
Steelers will be in play, 1st and 10 at the 20.
Since your face can't adjust to your razor should adjust to your face, which is exactly why we designed the Schick Tracer. The Schick Tracer is the only razor with blades that bend and flex to the unique shape of your face. So the Tracer gets in close for a clean, comfortable shave. And since you can't change your face, maybe you should change your razor. Schick. You're changing the face of shaving.
Enemy in the open.
If the communications data isn't programmed right, 5,000 troops could be cut off.
Enemy forces scattered.
But I'd never let that happen to my brigade.
Introducing the Quantum Random Orbit Sander. It works 4 times faster than a finishing sander with swirl-free results. So now you can tackle any project from start to finish. The new Quantum line from Black & Decker.
With DeskJet printers from Hewlett-Packard, it's easy to make it happen.
It's shaping up as college football's game of the year. Heisman Trophy candidate Charlie Ward leads the explosive #1 ranked Florida State Seminoles against the 2nd ranked Fighting Irish of Notre Dame. For both teams, it's a must-win game on the road to the national championship. Get ready for the showdown in South Bend in 3 weeks on NBC.
Welcome back to Cleveland Stadium. Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth, 12-18 left, 4th quarter. The Cleveland lead, a tenuous one, 1 point. Hansen punted it 58 yards, but a net of only 38 as the Steelers take over after the touchback. O'Donnell's pass is complete to Hodge. Gain of 8. Hodge bumped out by Clay Matthews.
Oh, here's Merrill Hodge having a nice game today. Out there working one-on-one against Matthews. Makes a good move, goes up, concentrates, gets his feet down in bounds. Doing all the right things today.
Actually got only 7 yards, so it'll be second
down 4
and 3 or 4 yards. 2nd and 4, they'll call it. Biggest passing day of the season for O'Donnell. Approaching 300 yards. There, catch made by Ernie Mills for the first down, bumped out by Eric Turner. O'Donnell has really spread the ball around to his receivers. Mills catches that one.
Now the Browns are getting a little conservative on defense. They played a lot of man-to-man early. Terry Taylor giving a lot of room underneath. Neil O'Donnell doing the right thing, just taking what they give you. Now Nick Saban is probably going to tighten it up as they get closer to midfield.
O'Donnell still has it, and he has Green. Eric Green into Browns territory to the 47-yard line. Pepper Johnson got him down, and that's not an easy task. It was 18 yards for the Steelers.
Tom, here is the dilemma. How do you cover this guy? You want to play zone, but you can't play man-to-man because somebody's got to cover that guy. Eric Turner can't do it. Pepper Johnson can't do it. Clay Matthews can't do it. So you have to sit in the zones, and then Neil O'Donnell picks you apart on the outside with Dwight Stone and Jeff Graham.
O'Donnell over 300 yards. That's his career high. O'Donnell scrambling here and knocked out of bounds for a loss of 2 by Rob Burnett.
I didn't think that was a very good play by Neil O'Donnell. Only had one guy out in front of him, Rob Burnett. He had a blocker. O'Donnell had a chance to pull up. There was nobody chasing him from behind. What? I mean, watch it. You got the blocker out in front of you. Just let him block, stand back in here, and throw the football. And because you're outside the pocket, he didn't have to take the loss. He could have just flipped it out of bounds and wouldn't have lost the 2 yards.
2nd down 12 at the Cleveland 49.
Actually, 2nd and 12. And Pittsburgh takes its 2nd timeout.
Boy, is that a killer.
Only 1 timeout left for the Steelers. They trail by 1.
The Gulf of Mexico
where world-class fishermen like Jim come to battle the big boys.
Jim, you got one.
Yeah, hey, this calls for a celebration. How about a cold O'Doul's?
Thanks.
Only 70 calories and non-alcohol. Because out here, you never know what's biting.
When you want the refreshing taste of beer without all the alcohol, think O'Doul's. It's what beer drinkers drink when they're not drinking beer.
Little Caesar's Chaser Cheeser is back.
I just want to freshen up my lipstick. Is it on straight?
2 pizzas, choice of 2 toppings, and free Crazy Bread, $7.99.
Pizza. See these as catalogs and print them in a month. See them as documents and print them electronically in days. It saved one company $350,000 a year. See your documents differently. Call 1-800-ASK-XEROX, the document company.
Baseball, my grandfather said, is as much a game as a sacred trust, given to you to pass on to your grandson or granddaughter. And like baseball itself, this silver thread connecting generations of Americans never changes.
At John Nuveen and Company, we believe our strongest bond is human. Ask your investment advisor.
Next Sunday, comeback king Joe Montana, the NFL's top-rated passer, leads the Chiefs against the Dolphins. Trick or treat on the NFL on NBC next Sunday.
You always know it's a big game when you see the Goodyear blimp overhead, as it is today. The Goodyear blimp Spirit from nearby Akron, providing us with our aerial views, such as this one of Cleveland Stadium in the gloaming. The 87th time the Steelers and the Browns have met. It's been a terrific game. Second and long, O'Donnell being chased, flips it complete. Foster bumped out of bounds. Terry Taylor knocked him out of bounds, but a big gainer for the Steelers, 21 yards, and a first down in Cleveland territory.
Couldn't really tell if this was a design play or no, that was not design play. Now Barry Foster, he just kind of hanging around. It's like a naked bootleg was the effect of it. And Barry Foster fortunately kept his head up, turned around, found the football, and now the Steelers are in field goal position to take the lead.
Foster, 3 receptions, 40 yards, under 100 yards rushing, but he does have 2 touchdowns. Here's Foster, sweep to the left, blocker in front, Foster out of bounds at the 15. Duval Love leading the play. Foster followed him for another first down.
Duval Love had a terrible game against his old teammates, the LA Rams, but now watch him out in front, chugging as hard as he can, and he's going to just bury Stephon Moore. Get a little push out of bounds. Barry has that bad shoulder, remember, probably had something to do with the fact that he didn't lower it there.
The ball's at the 15 of the Browns. First down for the Steelers. They trail by 1. Less than 10 minutes remaining in the game. Battle for first place in the AFC Central. Foster cuts back. He's to the 10. Dragging tacklers with him. Mike Johnson finally got him to the turf.
Huge difference now for the Pittsburgh Steelers, down to just 1 timeout. But it really makes a difference in this game whether you score the touchdown or the field goal. If you have to go the entire distance, the Cleveland Browns team, much more difficult than if you only have to kick a field goal at the end of the game. Big couple of downs here.
Key 5-yard run by Foster on first down, though, gives O'Donnell some flexibility. He'll give it to Foster, who hands it on the reverse. And slipping and falling. They try the trick play, and Matthews again would have none of it, as Mills got the handoff from Foster on the reverse, and it'll wind up being a loss on the play.
They had a chance to make this one work. You'll watch Mills come back around for the double reverse. O'Donnell's going to be out in front. Had a chance, but remember, they're on the baseball part of the field. The Cleveland Browns know that. You don't see them running any reverses down here because you just can't make the cut. It looks pretty, it's all nice and green, but it just won't hold you.
They've tried the reverse to Mills twice now, and they've lost 8 yards. O'Donnell, incomplete, tough hit as Mills was the intended receiver. Hit hard by Terry Taylor to knock the ball loose.
Taylor.
Very, very close. Let's see if we get pass interference. Good play by Terry Taylor. Good play by Terry Taylor.
Hit him hard and got a hand in there to knock the ball away as well.
And a tip of the hat to the officials as well. There's a ball game deciding non-call by the officials. Good job.
29-yard field goal attempt by Gary Anderson could give the Steelers the lead with 7:54 left. Up and through. Anderson's field goal puts the Steelers up 23-21.
The day we switched Hammaker Schlemmer over to MCI,
people are very cautious.
Their business relies heavily upon 800 service.
We never wanted to jeopardize our great relationship that we have with our customers.
They had been an AT&T customer for over 100 years.
we were able to get 48 circuits up and running in a matter of about half an hour.
We were amazed because we did not notice anything at all. Everything worked out perfectly. It's so easy. It's so simple to make the switch. We've been overjoyed.
For all of you with the courage to go it alone, to put your future on the line and your name on the door, there's the corporate card from American Express. Use it for all your business expenses. We'll organize them by category and even provide records of charges. It's a great way for any company to get a handle on costs. Call 1-800-SUCCESS. The corporate card to your success.
When we claim the new Norelco razor shaves closer than ever, without hundreds of tests to back it up, say our new precision groove helps the Norelco lift and cut system shave closer without proof? No. We wouldn't say it's our closest shave ever without science, sensors, tests. But of all the tests that prove it's closer, the most convincing requires a personal touch. The new Norelco razors, our closest shave ever.
Donna Mills in a world premiere thriller, searching for a lover they said had taken his own life.
I have to find out if he's alive.
She uncovers a mystery only one man can help her solve.
They tried to kill you twice. You want to give them a third chance?
Go ahead.
Donna Mills.
Do it.
Stephen Collins. Barbara Taylor Bradford's Remember NBC Tonight.
And there is a great night of primetime programming coming your way on NBC this evening, starting with John Forsythe and an all-new eyewitness video. Then the most written about and talked about new show of the season, an all-new Sequest, followed by an NBC world premiere movie event, Remember. That's all coming up tonight here on NBC. Anderson's kick will be fielded by Baldwin, and he takes it to the 22-yard line. Return of 21 yards, where the Browns will take over now, trailing by 2.
This is Benny's moment. He gets a chance to prove now to the fans in Cleveland that he should be the quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, that Bill Belichick was right in his controversial decision to put crowd favorite Bernie Kosar on the bench.
Play action pass. Testaverde will run. Hit hard as he crosses the 30-yard line. Barnes and Green banged in good. And what an ironic twist.
Vinny Testaverde showed great heart on that play. He wanted the first down. He wasn't going to slide. The game meant too much, but he paid the price for it. And Bernie's got his jacket off, his baseball hat off. I talked to him yesterday. He wanted to play. He wanted a chance to prove himself. Looks like he's going to get it. Many people have questioned the heart of Vinny Testaverde. Just watch this play and question no more. The guy's getting a chance of a lifetime. No chance at a slide. maybe
a late hit.
Well, wasn't very physical. Obviously, the damage had done. Rod Woodson kind of jumped on at the end, but you'll see that really didn't put his forearm. That's a good no call by the official.
I think it was the hit of Kevin Green that did the most damage, and Testaverde's up.
Now let's figure out if he knows if he's in Tampa or Cleveland.
Do you see the little pat on the back, though, for his friend Bernie? It's been very difficult for the two quarterbacks with all the controversy because they are good friends. In point of fact, Kosar helped recruit Testaverde, and listen to the crowd. Would this be a storybook ending?
This game just keeps getting better.
Vardell has a first down across the 35 to the 36. Carnell Lake on the tackle.
Can't tell exactly what the injury is, but it appears to be the left arm, not the throwing arm of Vinny Testaverde. But the nice thing for the Browns is you've got your starting quarterback from the beginning of the season in, so if he's at all banged up, why not? Let Bernie do it.
Draw play, Metcalf bounces to the outside. He didn't get much. The pursuit of the Steelers was able to recover and stop Metcalf for a short gain. Give credit to Donald Evans.
Remember the big play earlier in the ball game in which Metcalf was able to bounce it outside? Well, he tried the same thing here. And a nice job by Rod Woodson. Michael Jackson tried to block him, but Woodson just a little too athletic on the corner. Good job of containing.
Metcalf knocked out of bounds a yard short of the first down by Greg Lloyd.
That's what Bernie does best. He is the best in National Football League history at not throwing interceptions. Ball control passing, the quick drops, the quick throws, the reading of the defenses. I can't think of too many I'd like to have in the game any better than Bernie Kosar as the clock ticks down.
3rd and 1. 5.5 minutes left in the game. Fake to Metcalf. Kosar still has it. He's going to run for it. Bernie Kosar dives for a first down. The least probable play of all time.
And even Art Modell's applauding this one. They say he's not fast enough, he's not quick enough, but baby, he got that first down, and that's all that really matters. This is as fast as it goes. This is top gear. You're looking at overdrive for Bernie Kosar, and he got it there.
You mean that wasn't in slow motion?
Oh, no, that was as quick as it gets.
Metcalf stopped for a big loss. Great penetration by Evans for a loss of 8. Barnes was there as well.
Remember Reggie Barnes in the game because of the injury to Jerry Osofsky. He's the rookie. It's number 50 here. Come through, get the penetration, miss, get back up, hang on. One of the disadvantages of the smaller backs, they go down with the arm tackles.
Now it's 2nd and 17. Kosar overthrew his man off the hand of Rico Smith and incomplete.
Bernie had a chance. Rico Smith was there. He was popping open at the last second. Just barely overthrew that one. I thought Rico had a chance to lay out for that one, maybe make the sensational play.
3rd down, 17.
Almost tipped it into the hands of the defenders. You still have 3:49 left. You don't want to throw the interception here. You still have a chance even if you have to punt.
3rd and 17, trailing by 2. Sacked.
Guess who?
Rod Woodson. The man of steel with the big play of the game.
And that drive was really thwarted by the blown draw. When Eric Metcalf was trapped in the backfield, it took Bernie out of his game. Bernie is more of the short ball control kind of passer. That afforded the Steelers a chance to blitz because it was 3rd and so long.
And now the playmaker Woodson awaits the punt. Woodson from the 10. Got it only back to the 15 before he's pounced on by Stacey Hairston. 5-yard return after Hansen sent it downfield, 51 yards.
Remember, only 2 timeouts for the Cleveland Browns. 3:19 left. You still have the 2-minute warning, so in effect, 3 timeouts remaining for the Browns.
Circle November 13th on your calendar. That's the college game of the year, the battle for #1 most likely. Florida State and Notre Dame cruising to a meeting of unbeatens. It'll be a major upset if they should lose before that date. Florida State and Notre Dame, the 13th of November here on NBC.
What'd you think we'd have to give Todd and Charlie to let us do that football game?
Cleveland lighting up and the fans trying to light a fire under their defense. O'Donnell still has it on the bootleg and throws it away. Final score in, Detroit has beaten Los Angeles. Lions 16, Rams 13.
Very interesting call there. You, in effect, gave the Browns an extra timeout. They obviously wanted to come out and be aggressive. You don't want to be conservative down there knowing the Browns are going to be playing for the run. Good job defensively by Cleveland being prepared for the play action.
Harry Foster. Foster bounces ahead. He got about 8 yards. Terry Taylor covered him. And as we come to the 3-minute mark, it'll be 3rd down for the Steelers and about 2 yards to go, maybe 3. Vinny Testaverde has suffered a sprained right shoulder. He will not return. If the Browns pull it out, it'll be up to Bernie Kosar.
Play of the ball game.
Foster, stop! James Jones and Rob Burnett.
Everybody in the stadium knew what it was going to be. Stretch play right. It's been the most effective play in the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook throughout the year. They go back to their bread and butter, but not this time.
Timeout Cleveland. They'll have a chance to pull it out when we return.
Hold on. I don't know. Just overnight the package.
Yeah, sure. Overnight it. Might as well overnight it.
Overnight this.
Overnight that. Overnight.
Overnight.
Sometimes overnight is overkill. So kick the habit with Priority Mail from the Postal Service. It's not overnight, but it's fast delivery, special handling, and 2 pounds is only $2.90.
Morning. Thanks.
When overnight is overdoing it, remember, we deliver for you. Call and we'll start today.
Playoff atmosphere at Cleveland Stadium. Vinny Testaverde is done for the day. This game has had more drama, more storylines than a Broadway play. Royals with a punt. Eric Metcalf has already taken 91 yards for a score. He has this one at the 25. Metcalf to the outside with room. Metcalf at midfield. Metcalf cuts back. He's still on his feet. Metcalf will go for the score. A yards. This one went.
Eric Metcalf did a great job of taking a couple of steps up. That set up the wall. And watch the little guy work. Watch the heart. No way you keep him out of the end zone. 2 in 1 day? Are you kidding me? Remember, he came into the ball game. He was questionable. Didn't even practice until Friday. Had a bad knee. What a play. What a player. And can you imagine the moment? Set it up. You see the defenders moving inside. A very close block at the point of attack to get him going. And then it's all Eric Metcalf.
What a beautiful shot of Eric Metcalf. In one game, he has tied the Cleveland season record for punt returns for a touchdown, held by Leroy Kelly. 91 yards in the first half, 75 yards, maybe to win the game with 2:05 left.
Woo. Papa would be proud.
A yard deep. Woodson stopped at the 23-yard line. A return of 24 yards. Pepper Johnson with the tackle. 1:58 left.
Liberty Mutual Insurance presents Legends of the Game. Before the tight end became a common offensive weapon, he was an unusually accomplished receiver. The first tight end elected to the Hall of Fame, he caught a touchdown pass in Super Bowl VI. Who was this legend?
Every 20 seconds, a car is stolen. So Liberty Mutual is giving some police a powerful homing device that finds the car, which lowers insurance. And this device also finds the thief, who finds himself behind bars.
At Liberty Mutual, we're facing the issues that face our customers.
Mike Ditka is the only man in NFL history to have scored a touchdown in the Super Bowl as a player and coach a winning Super Bowl team, a true legend of the game.
I was tired, listless. My hair looked bad. My dog moved away. My life was as bland as your average chicken sandwich. Then I tried McDonald's new McGrilled chicken. Now this was different.
A marinated chicken breast with Monterey Jack, sweet red onions, tangy herb dressing on a bakery roll. Well, things changed. My hair looks great. My dog came home, and we struck oil in the backyard.
Coincidence? We don't think so. Try the new McGrilled chicken sandwich. Further proof that what you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Welcome to those of you just joining us. Tom Hammond, Chris Collinsworth at Cleveland Stadium. 1:58 left in the game. Cleveland leading Pittsburgh 28-23 after Eric Metcalf's second punt return for a touchdown in the game.
The biggest part of this play was that Mark Royals, the punter for the Steelers, kicked it so far it gave Cleveland a chance to set up the wall. And then it was nothing but sheer beauty by Eric Metcalf.
He's tied an NFL record with those two punt returns for a score, 91 and 75 yards. Now Neil O'Donnell, who's had his best passing day ever, tries to rally the Steelers. Hodge on that reception has a first down across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Tackle made there by Mike Caldwell, 13-yard gain.
Remember, the Steelers burned 2 timeouts, only 1 remaining. Have to stay in the hurry up.
O'Donnell already has passed for over 300 yards. His big tight end, Eric Green, can't hold on to that one. Incomplete on the hit by Mike Caldwell.
Mike Caldwell, the rookie in the game, he was almost lying down on the field in between during the commercial timeout. These players are absolutely shot. It's been a frenetic pace the entire game today.
1:30 even left in the game. Yancey Thigpen, an extra wide receiver, comes on for the Steelers. Eric Green out of the game now, limped off. O'Donnell being chased, gets a saving block. He'll run and crosses the out-of-bounds marker just a yard in front of first down territory. Chased out by Mike Caldwell as O'Donnell runs for the first.
Really absolutely nothing working down the field. Flushed out of the pocket by Michael Dean Perry. And then Caldwell, I think, makes a good decision there. You don't want to come up with a cheap penalty because those referees get a little touchy. Eric Green apparently has hurt his quadricep, and he has been the big play guy in this one for the Steelers so far.
Steelers trailing by 5. They need a touchdown. 1:23 left. O'Donnell fires, almost intercepted. Stevan Moore had a swat at it, but couldn't hold on.
And Tom, I really think this is a bigger game for the Cleveland Browns than it is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Remember, Cleveland still has to go to Pittsburgh, but the Browns, if they are hoping to win this division, have to win at home. And Stevan Moore just had a chance to ice it and let it slide through his fingers.
Belichick's Browns with a chance to take over first place in the AFC Central. These two teams tied for the lead coming in. Almost picked off. O'Donnell feels the heat. Nice catch made by Stone, but very little gain. Ball loose. Recovered by the Browns. Recovering the Dwight Stone fumble, and the Browns with 1:09 on the clock take over.
We've seen Stone on the crossing routes all day. They like to get him the ball, let him run with it. Stevan Moore, who missed the interception earlier with the strip, and the big turnover. And the curse of Cleveland Stadium continues for the Pittsburgh Steelers.
The Browns trying to extend their streak here over the Steelers to 4 in a row and 11 of the last 12. Bernie Kosar taking over for the injured Vinny Testaverde will down it. And the Steelers will use their last timeout. 1:04 left in the game. It looks like it'll be the Browns in first place. Steelers' last chance went away with his fumble.
Stevan Moore just got his hand in there. I don't think he was really intentionally trying to do it. Just an accident. You see the frustration by Justin Strelsick at the end as he knew this football game had slipped away. It's almost unbelievable, the curse of Cleveland Stadium for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Even in their heyday, in the 70s, they won 4 Super Bowl titles, and yet they were only 5-5 in Cleveland Stadium. The playoff atmosphere, the emotion when these two teams get together. Bill Cowher's seen it from both sides.
Former Browns linebacker knew it would be a tough one today. Our thanks to teammates John Betschel, Travis Hill, and David Clancy in the booth. A game filled with drama and big plays from start to finish. It's been a near classic.
We'll get to see him do it again in Pittsburgh, though.
Metcalf with 2 punt returns for touchdowns, 91 and 75 yards. as the Cleveland Browns beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here is the Hager wrinkle-free cotton super play of the game. Guess who?
No words are necessary. Just watch and enjoy.
Metcalf's punt and return, our super play of the game. And the Cleveland Browns defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers 28-23. NFL Live, Jim Lampley will come up right after these messages.